use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the sheets. We came for one man, forget my peace. You take the west side, take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the. I hear him shots in the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, not so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize, right guys, let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that, stop that, stop that.
Shout out to the sports world. Hey, round of applause for the sports world.
Good job, sports.
Good job, sports.
Because this is the week. This is the week where, like, there's no news, right? Typically, Chris, don't jump in. Let me finish the intro. Typically, this is the time of year where there's nothing. And every day we get done with the show and something happened where we got to talk a lot. And I'm like, wow, that was great. And I had this existential dread that fills me like, oh, my God. We blew it all. We talked about all the sports. There's no more sports.
Done.
I'm not going to watch Phillies versus Tigers. I don't know. Are those baseball teams? I'm not going to watch that. I don't care. Not enough. Not enough to come up with something interesting to talk about. But then somehow, some way, Sports World says, hold my Celsius. Because we got a lot. And today we got a lot. We got Gilbert Arenas.
Yep.
Did they hit him with a RICO?
I don't know.
Don't know. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. We're not there yet. We got Shannon Sharpe.
Yep.
Finito at ESPN. We'll get into that one.
Okay, I guess.
We also got our guy, Dave Dameshek, in the building.
Yeah.
In the building.
Now, for the audience and for Amin, is it Dameshek or Dameshek?
All good question.
I like Dameshek.
Yeah.
Whatever you like. I just want to fit in here. That's all.
I think this should be a new thing where you get to just say people's names the way that you want to say them.
Dameshek.
I like that.
Dameshek. Like, you got to get a drop out of that. Dameshek.
I still don't know how to say Luca's last name. It's whatever
Say
I
it how
want.
you want to say it.
Doncic.
Doncic. That's how
How is it? I'll ask him one day.
Yeah. Maybe you will.
Either way, it's Dameshek?
Dameshek.
Damn.
Dameshek.
Oh, you know what?
Damn.
You know what? Dameshek. Yes, I like that better than Dameshek.
Yeah, I just like Dame by itself as a nickname.
Dameshek, it's been great. I've been here for 30 minutes. I appreciate the Pirates hat to make me feel welcome. Amin and I got to talk a little bit of Apollo Creed, my run-in with him. Roy and I got to debate ever so slightly the first chapter of what I expect to be an eternal back and forth about 66 Mario Lemieux, in fact, being greater than 99 Wayne Gretzky and every other person who's ever played
Dave,
hockey
I'm just going to
before.
say it.
So,
I know it's the accent, but you sound like Jessica Smetana's grandmother.
Oh, my God.
Can you say holy crap for me one time?
What you want me to do a Pittsburgh accent? Is that what
what
Yin's
you
looking for?
already have?
Dude, Yin's hear about Mike Tomlin. Dude, he got a new quarterback. He got that dude Aaron Rodgers. Dude, Aaron Rodgers was in practice yesterday. Dude, he went back there. Dude, he just wung it to the end zone. Touchdown, dude.
Wow.
That's how everyone talks in Pittsburgh?
I feel like I'm on the McAfee show.
I can't go there.
Come on, dude.
Mancy Brothers, you can't go over there for that.
So we got a lot. We got a lot to get to. But this is the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz, and that means we got to start with some navel gazing. And it's about time people got on this Miami Heat story.
Chris gets really nervous when you say navel gazing.
You don't like to gaze at your navel?
We've tried this before, but real quick, show me your belly button.
All right.
All right, we'll get
Innie or outie?
one day. We would never know. It's one of the show's great mysteries.
Great mysteries.
I'd rather show you anything than my belly button.
Wait,
That means it's an outie.
great mysteries in show history. Mike's text with his dad, right? And Chris's belly
We'll get
button.
around to both. I'm wearing them down little by little.
The gender
answer,
of
Your dad or
no.
oh.
Chris's response there was room for encouragement.
The gender of your
be
children.
quite the
of great
reveal.
show mystery.
So the story came, I broke it Monday morning on the show in the local hour. And for the first 24 hours, it was like nobody gave. I was like, oh. I kind of like staked my whole life around this. Like everyone's going to be like coming up to me, asking me questions and stuff, and nobody cared.
That's what you expected. Like when you were talking about, like you're debating before this show, all right, do I bring this up? Because I'm going to have to answer a lot of questions afterward. People will be reaching out to me.
I thought my phone was going to be blowing up all show long and nothing, right? Then yesterday, the aggregators got a hold of it. And this is the weird part. The aggregators, even though there's literally only one person who had the story is millions of dollars of memorabilia was stolen from the Miami Heat and sold on the black market, right? We're talking about game-worn finals stuff, finals jerseys and warm-ups and shorts and stuff like that. Oh, we got the video. There you go.
I kind of want to watch this again, too, because I don't feel like I did you any favors on this.
None
Actually,
of
I don't
y'all
feel like
did.
the whole room did
You
you any
never do.
favors.
None of y'all
because
ever
with
do.
the interruptions, we kind of let it like sort of stretch out the announcement of news that you were making, and I just don't think we did you
I
any
think the
favors.
editing guys got a hold of, chopped out all the bull.
Good.
This one concerns memorabilia, authenticated memorabilia, stolen from the Miami Heat
Oh, really?
and sold for many, 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 many millions of dollars. Perhaps one of the largest heists of this kind.
So it's definitely Wade and LeBron memorabilia, not Jimmy Butler memorabilia.
It's not a Duncan Robinson
See, that was
three-point
unnecessary.
shootout game-worn jersey. But, yeah, game-worn stuff that's been stolen and sold for at least 18 months.
Okay, so look, as someone who wasn't here the other day and maybe is hearing it for the first time, Dave, do you think that's you hear that? Do you think that's a big deal?
I just can't figure out. I'm sure you've already covered this. Who's on the receiving end of these items? Where do you display them? Or is it just a rich person thing that you show people sort of like Bruce Wayne? Let me take you back into the secret room. What I have, don't tell anybody about this. And if that's the case, then what's the value of it to you, really? Just the fact that you periodically go and swoon over it by yourself. And then the extra layer is, if I can introduce a new piece of stolen
Go
stuff.
on.
The Harrison Butker suit. Are you aware of that one? Yeah. They stole his suit when he was out on the field playing in the Super Bowl. He came back and somebody had swiped his suit.
Wait,
so
the
weird.
suit that he showed up to the game in.
That's right.
Yeah.
So weird.
I wanted it to be the suit that he gave the speech in. That's got some value.
Either
Game
way,
worn?
it was both Antifa.
Why would
We all know.
What do you want Harrison Butker's suit for? That's an extra layer. At least if it's like game worn, your rich friends might say that's pretty cool. You have that. Well, to whom are you showing the Harrison Butker suit?
Maybe it's just a
Very
good fit.
weird.
Maybe
Good
that was
fit.
just a situation where they wanted to grab his clothes so he had to leave naked or something like that. Ha ha, look at you, you idiot. We
He
stole
does
your clothes.
identify with biblical times. He does like the Reverend. Maybe he was trying to,
But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, the person who stole the merchandise then sold it to somebody else. who
Sold
made
it to
that money.
multiple people.
So they didn't
many
know it
of
was stolen.
many of whom were just legitimate buyers. Some of them were people who knew they were getting some hot stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But some of them didn't, and that's what raised the red flags in the memorabilia community. Is like nobody ever has this amount, right? And you might come across.
But is there a black market for memorabilia? To Dave's original point, we kind of talked about this when we were talking about art heist. Like, how exactly do you sell this stuff? Do you go on the dark web? Who is it? Bruce Wayne? Who are the black market big time buyers of memorabilia, and what else is out there?
So like I said,
other than Harrison Butker's suit.
there are some rich people who just want to display it. So Robert Sarver, the former owner of the Suns, I remember going to his house, and in his house,
What do you say?
he had like a Hall of Fame, and in it was like Muhammad Ali's boxing gloves and like Dale Earnhardt Sr. signed hood of a car. Like, dude, it was crazy. And it's just like, oh, you want to prove how rich and connected you are? You have a room like this. But the other type of buyer are people who are buying and then flipping and selling again. And they're selling it much higher. So they're doing the arbitrage thing. And that happened in this case. Again, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, Shaq, game-worn NBA Finals memorabilia, jerseys and shorts and stuff like that.
I don't know if it's just
Full
because I
sets.
watched a show that had a plot line of stolen art, but don't you think the ones who really have money, they'll tell you it's stolen? It's like an added element of intrigue to it, right?
It might titillate them?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
You ever buy anything hot?
I tried.
Really?
Yeah, I tried. They were selling. This is Daytona Beach, like 2001, and they were selling stolen Movado watches out of the back of a truck. And my my roommate was like, yo, they're doing this right now outside the hotel. And I was like, oh, let me get dressed. And I got down there, and it was already gone.
How much did you know? How much they were selling it for?
They were selling for like $200.
Wow, that's not that great.
Imagine you want plausible deniability. You don't ask questions. That's a red flag, too, for the seller. And you approach it like Bruce Willis does in The Jackal. Half up front, half on delivery.
My friend once found a glitch on a food delivery service that will go unnamed, where you could go to a restaurant, order something, and it was like $2. Like you could get like
Everything was
six
$2?
sandwiches.
I'm going to need to pull you aside here and ask about this.
I was just saying, that's the hottest thing I've ever done. He's like asked like something where I felt
So
dangerous
hot.
doing it. It was like my buddy texted me, "Hey, you go on Jersey Mike's right now on Uber Eats, and you can
You just
whatever."
You are a smooth
let
character.
me
my
just
friend.
clarify to anyone listening. Chris Gotti was not involved in the
He
heist.
asked me one follow-up, and I gave all the information.
This thing 18 months at least has been going on. But
This was a couple years ago.
18 seconds, Chris Gotti gave
And
it all.
honestly, to clear myself, I didn't actually get to do it because this guy put in a group text, "Hey, I just did it. I ordered this. It was like $3 for all this food." And I went there. I was like, I got to go do this.
What's
And
your friend's name?
They had don't worry about it. By the time I had gotten there, they had fixed it. So I didn't actually partake in it, but my friends did.
I saw that scam, by the way. Like Starbucks has a scam that people are doing like that. Sounds very similar. Where apparently you buy, it's like super cheap on the delivery service, and you add in the notes, hey, can I have a venti coffee with this, blah, 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 blah. And, it's ready for you for the delivery driver to pick it up, and you paid like $1.50.
It's not a scam if the app is messing up. I'm sorry. A scam is like I hacked into it and accessed the mainframe and changed like I'm Matthew Broderick in War Games changing grades.
I thought you were
and
going to say Ferris Bueller.
or Ferris Bueller.
No,
either
I
one.
like
Either
your
one.
reference. I got your reference. I like
War
that.
Games,
War
yeah.
Games.
Shout out to Only and Dade, by the way, for properly
There you go.
attributing Amin Elhassan with this breaking news.
Yeah, so Amin was really angry yesterday. After the show, he sat down. He sees on the New York Post. It's like, these mother effers.
So first of all, it was NBA Central. NBA Central, per New York Post. Number one, they didn't even link the New York Post link. They just said the New York Post reported it. I'm like, no, they didn't. So I went and I looked up the New York Post, and in it, they write it. I mean, everything they're writing is like, according to Amin Elhassan, according to Amin Elhassan. So I'm like, cool.
so New York Post did a good job.
They
then.
didn't until they said, as reported by Sports Illustrated. And I'm like, what? And then I clicked the Sports Illustrated link. You know what the Sports Illustrated link was? It was my tweet with my video and then recapping myself. I'm
It's like
no,
a human centipede of
Sports
sourcing.
Illustrated didn't report this. New York Post didn't report this. Complex Magazine, they just did a whole thing. I said, an at would have been nice.
Right.
Just say, here's the guy. Hey, that's him right there. I'm not hard to find.
Literally had the breaking news art behind you.
I mean, so I was just like, hey, does anyone do this anymore? And it's like sometimes news breaks and then the other newsbreakers get a hold of it and they add to it, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like, talk to a source, da 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 da. That happens all the time. This hasn't happened yet. We're 3 days in. There's only one source. He's talking right now. Maybe you just shout him out. You can shout out every other thing. Oh, by the way, we first saw it on New York Post. By the way, how do they know? When you're an aggregator and you saw it from another aggregator, how does the other aggregator know that you have to credit them for the news?
I don't know.
This shit doesn't happen to Pablo.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
No, man. I know. See, you know what it is? I need a catchy show name.
Acronym. You need an acronym.
Or you need to be a former Nick-Con client.
Is that how that works?
I think so.
That ain't.
Like, Shadow President.
Yeah, I know. But,
A lot of stroke, I hear.
a lot of stroke.
I have a question about the memorabilia situation. So, obviously, this news is out, broken
Yeah.
by Amin Elhassan on the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz.
Thank you.
What happens if they find the memorabilia from somebody that bought it? Is that person just SOL? Sorry, you paid $1 million for this. We're taking it
No,
back.
this happened to Nicolas Cage once. He bought a
Dinosaur
dinosaur
egg.
skull.
Yeah, I
no,
remember
it was a
that.
skull.
A skull or an
yeah,
egg?
no, I think it was a skull.
That belonged to
It
like
was
an
it,
organization.
was originally stolen
T-Rex.
by Nicolas Cage in National Treasure. It was crazy. It was Inception. But no, he found out that it was stolen and he gave it back to the museum, I think. But
Belongs in a museum.
It's kinda
What if
gnarly.
somebody's not willing to give it back? Like if I don't know, Marlin Man
No.
bought the stolen jersey.
The
and-
answer is if it's proven stolen, they repossess it, and then your only recourse is to seek civil damages against the
And good
person who
luck getting
sold
that
it to
money,
you.
right?
Good luck getting that money, especially based on the amount of defrauding this guy has done.
and the person probably has a new passport, like Bruce Willis in The Jackal.
Yeah.
Two Jackal references.
Yeah, I saw it last night.
Such a random movie. Like
Jack Black.
I've never even
Jack
seen
Black
the Jackal.
plays the exact same character that he does in Enemy of the State, but there's a great death scene in this one. And the movie is a ripper just up until Richard Gere makes an appearance. And he's on screen for like 10 minutes, and you're like, wait a second, is he doing an accent? And it's supposed to be Irish, but my dude thought it was Scottish. It was just a
Are you
terrible
watching
movie.
Bruce Willis films because you feel bad for him?
No, I wanted to see, me and my friends, we had never seen The Jackal, so we wanted to see The Jackal. So we watched The Jackal.
Jackal. Is it Jackal?
7,
Jackal.
8,
Jackal.
9.
See, it wasn't Jackal the first 7 times. Why would it be? No, the Jackal, when you say that, when you talk about that movie,
It's a great cast, by the way.
you're talking about the cast, you're describing the movie. I
Sidney
remember
Poitier's
it.
in it.
I remember it. I never saw it. And you know what? The instant thing inside me is, please be under 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. Please be under 40% on Rotten, and it's 24%. Ladies and gentlemen, a future cinephobe movie, if I ever saw one.
Which one?
The Jackal.
It's 12.
Hair and makeup from 90s movies seems to be so bad, but then I realized this was never meant for remastering. This hair and makeup, because Bruce Willis is obviously in that era where he's wearing a bunch of wigs, and that's his whole thing. And I'm like, why does he look better when he's in disguise than his normal look? But there's also this woman that works for the FBI, and she's got scars on her face, but it looks like a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this was, you know what? Leave this standard def.
480p.
Don't do this.
480p this one. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. By the way, Cinephobe, the movie this week is Highlander 2, The Quickening.
Oh, that's one of the worst sequels ever.
Yeah, man.
Is that the one where it's in the future, a dystopian future?
I still don't know. Listen to the episode.
Is
but
that
yes,
dude from Scanners in it? I think he's the bad
Sean
guy.
Connery is
Michael
there.
Ironside.
Yeah,
and
Roy,
obviously-
you're on trivia night, man, for sure.
Michael Ironside, that's right. But yeah, it's woof for a movie.
Oh, it's real bad. Great franchise, though.
But as you talk about Bruce Willis's hair or lack thereof, we did a movie recently that had Billy Bob Thornton, and I made an observation, which is, why does Billy Bob Thornton keep playing roles that have some hair but are losing their hair, but requires him to wear a wig that still has him losing his hair? Why not just be bald like he actually is?
Like what? Like what movie are you talking about?
Every movie he's in.
Every movie.
Every movie. Billy Bob Thornton, without fail.
All right. I don't know.
No? Okay.
No, I'm not. I you got to give me
Switchblade?
the movie.
Switchblade?
Sling Blade.
yeah,
You're off,
Sling Blade.
you're
Yeah,
off
Sling Blade.
trivia. You
Blew it. You blew it.
you had the green light.
Roy's dry, though, so you got to go to the right bar for trivia.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So yesterday we were talking about athletes who weren't as great as we thought they'd be. We thought they'd be awesome.
Oh man.
And then it didn't quite work
Never
out.
been more wrong than anything about Michael Beasley.
Michael Beasley, that's your one, huh?
That's my one. That's always the one. Never been more wrong about anything in sports than I was Michael Beasley.
Dave, do you have one of these?
Well, close to home, I'm an Indiana University graduate, and I witnessed with my own eyes Calbert Chaney as smooth a lefty stroke as I had ever seen, and quicker than I thought he was being evaluated by the experts. I thought he was quicker. 2 bounces from 20 feet, and he was at the rim. I thought this was going to translate beautifully to the NBA. I was wrong.
You know what,
He
Dave?
was fine,
you
though.
give me a guy from my era, immediately like you a little bit more. Somebody of my age group.
Calbert Chaney?
Smooth,
No,
right?
Dave. Yeah, well, of course, Calvert Shady. Dave, I have to ask you a question, though, since we're here, we're in Hollywood. I don't know if you've told this story before. Feels like you're going to have to tell it quite a few times, but it's top 3 on your notes facts here. Obnoxious Steelers fan, that part we already recognized, who Jon Hamm once kicked out of a fantasy football league.
Whoa!
Details,
Yeah.
please.
It's a preemptive one, sorry.
I don't think that's a look at me, Louie. The story doesn't work if he doesn't mention Jon Hamm.
I mean, you know what? Sometimes them's be the breaks.
Many moons ago, I joined a fantasy football league about a quarter century ago now. It's populated by noteworthy sports people like Bill Simmons, the sports guy, and Cousin Sal, and so on, and Jon Hamm. And Cousin Sal, maybe 20 years or so ago, came up with a diabolical plot that, much like Survivor, the champion gets to kick out someone of his choosing, but only at the draft. So it's not like you tell them in spring.
So you prepared for the draft
You
and
go
you showed up?
all summer long. And then on the eve of the season,
Whoa.
so it's too late to join another league. the champion comes in when everybody's gathered around.
Okay, so hold on a second. Is there like negotiating leading up to draft night? You're trying to state your case as to why you should not be kicked out?
Yes. Simmons' tact has been for about 10 years to announce, like, I hope you kick me out. I don't want to be in the league anyway. It's dumb. I hate fantasy football.
I'm closing my eyes, and I feel like I'm right there.
Everyone was very scared. He's got juice, you know. I got a cameo. His favorite ball player, Bill Simmons, growing up was Fred Lynn, you know, of the Red Sox. So I got Fred Lynn on cameo to kick Simmons out of the league.
Nice.
You think it seems like, oh, that seems like fun. That must be a good time. It is humiliating to have to pick up your stuff and walk out of a room.
Okay, so everyone's in person.
Oh, this is in person.
You have to be in person.
Oh, no.
We wait. Wow. In fact, Hamm got kicked out a number of years ago. He was in the midst of shooting. He was directing an episode of Mad Men, as a matter of fact. And we're like, where are you already, man? You got to get over. We can't start until you get here. He runs in. He delayed. He gets himself
a pint. Is he still dressed as Don Draper?
No, that would make it a little bit sweeter, though. Good note. Good punch-up. He gets himself a pint of beer, sits down, and then a bald-headed lawyer named Blutt announces, Hamm, you're out. He chugs his beer, slams it down, and walks out of the room.
So when you're out, you're just out for that year? You're back the following year?
You get to come back the next year, yes. So, you know, there were a lot of people who deserved it. Not Dave. I'm a man of peace. I think we can all agree now. I'm just trying to get along. I'm just trying to get by, you know, like Namath shooting pool back in 1969. Look at that shot. But Hamm, because it was hilarious, I guess, or something. Little backstory is there's a trophy, and it may have been put in my trunk at one point, and maybe I lost it. I don't know what happened to it, but who cares? What is that? Yeah. Stanley Cup?
Same happened to me.
I'm playing for the glory of winning. I don't need a bauble to show off, to be sold someday on the black market or otherwise, alongside a Miami Heat pair of shorts. What do I? Harrison Butker's sport jacket. What do I need a trophy for? So he kicked me out of the league and humiliated me. And bottom line is, you know, the people all great praise how great he was in Top Gun Maverick. As it turns out, it wasn't much of a reach for him because he was playing a jerk.
But are you back in the league now, or is this the year you're sitting out?
I'm back in. Right. I fear that because I have failed to replace the trophy after being kicked out, I may once again. Also, there's some strategy that should be, you know, a smart champion will try to knock out his greatest rivals.
Yeah.
And it's no fluke that Dameshek's Cool Cats, spelled with 2 Ks, are always in the mix for a championship.
Let's make sure it's 2 Ks.
Yeah,
not anymore.
Yeah.
No.
That is
very careful.
Dave, is there any pageantry in this? Like, in my mind, if I were in this, I wouldn't just announce it. I would do like a rose ceremony, and I'll be like,
yeah.
And for that reason, you're safe. Like, I'd give a little speech to every person, and then the last 3, I'd be like,
yeah, pomp and the circumstance.
Both of them. You can't have pomp without circumstance.
No, sir.
You can have circumstance without pomp, though.
Yes.
But pomp?
But pomp
never comes
hand in
itself.
hand with circumstance.
Never alone. Never walk alone.
Yeah, it's become performative. Yes, to like from Fred Lynn, as I say. I once, among my many championships, I once had Mark Garagos, the defense attorney, draft a document that that I had my foes sign that I will, if you sign this and agree not to kick me out for the next 5 years, I will not kick you out tonight.
Collusion.
Yeah, you have to have that.
This is hold on.
Alliances
This undermines the integrity of the league. Yes, it does.
What is the worst draft night reaction someone has had to being kicked out?
Good question. Our pal the Dutch Mook has a rivalry with Randy. And Randy.
Should we know who Randy is?
Yeah.
Because you're just saying like his first name. Like,
Randy.
should we know?
Randy Jackson.
I mean, I tell you, he's
He's just Randy.
Randy.
Okay,
yeah,
all
that's it. That's all I think I really should say
Gotcha.
about
In
Randy.
my head, it's
Randy Jackson.
McDonald.
They've gone back and forth a little bit over the years,
It's gonna be
and
the watchdog.
the Dutch Mook announced Randy, and we were on the second floor of a bar, and he was sad. And when Randy got kicked out, so he exited the room. And you know how, like in old sitcoms and movies, the guy would walk into the closet, and then he would have to walk back out and be like, "Oh, I'm out of here," and then go out the real door. Like Randy went out the door, not realizing it was the fire escape. He wasn't leaving. He went out to the fire escape.
Stupid Randy.
But he was too embarrassed to walk back in, so he jumped off the fire escape.
Oh, wow. Randy,
Oh,
a bit of an athlete.
That was a fixture of sitcoms of the 80s, especially like a very serious, tense moment. It's like, to hell with this. And they walk out. It's like, that wasn't the exit. And we cut attention, go to break.
70s, 80s, a lot of plots involve Stradivarius violins and them going missing. Somebody left a Stradivarius in the back of the cab, and then the whole episode would be
Gotta go
devoted
find
to
it.
tracking it down.
Yeah, and then-
Stradivarius violins.
And turns out it was in the bedroom all along. So, Calbert Cheaney was your answer. We had a lot of answers yesterday. We talked about Michael Beasley. We talked about other athletes whose names escape me
Way
right
to
now.
hang in there on that. I had no idea we
who else?
started with a Calvert Cheney there.
No.
Good job.
Because I'm going somewhere.
I
Because
did write down the Dutch Mook.
that is such a great name. But the way the internet and really the universe works, we talked about this completely without any kind of knowledge of anything else. And then on the pivot, Jameis Winston is on. And Jameis Winston would have been a great answer to this question.
Yeah.
And here's Jameis Winston talking about why he thinks his career didn't go as far as it should have been.
And when I look at like my prayers to just make it, they weren't big enough. They weren't specific. So I tell the kids, I'm like, man, listen, if you want to win a Super Bowl, start praying to win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. You don't want to just pray to make it to the league, because the league average is 3 years anyway. Making it then, when I was growing up, it was good enough. But now, it ain't good enough. So what was humble was my aspirations, what I wanted, and I realized it wasn't big enough. There was more, and that's why when I say dream forever, I'm talking about dream beyond what you can even imagine.
So the setup there is Channing Crowder, who's Chris Cody's good friend and neighbor, was asking him, hey, what was your humbled by the league moments? Because he's like, for me, I remember being All-American and everything, and then got to the league, and then like, oh, everyone's running. Everyone's running hard and fast, right? And Jameis' answer is right there. It's like, oh, it wasn't the league. It wasn't like I was shell-shocked. It was my whole dream was just to make it in the NFL. I had no dreams beyond that. And so he literally did not see himself as anything larger than just a guy who made the NFL. And he feels like that mentality limited him.
I would have thought it was the interceptions.
I mean, I love that he said that, because I just 100% believe that. And I know it sounds corny with all the influencers saying, oh, manifest into reality or whatever. But what is that really, other than trying for something, right? Like, if I go back to my childhood, once I was in high school, I was like, me reading all this NBA stuff, me reading all these sports writers, me picturing myself doing all this stuff was technically me manifesting that into reality. It's just trying hard, right? You talk about the level you want to get to. And I'm sorry you're going to roll your eyes here, but I have to mention this. The Thompson twins, when they were young, they didn't just say, I want to be in the NBA. They wrote on their board, I want to be the best player. Now, there's some people who say, like Karl Anthony Towns says, I want to be the best to ever do it. Okay, reach high, maybe you don't get there, but he's still an all-NBA first-team player, so you kind of did that. And so I'm with Jameis here, man. Like, there's a lot of people who just swing for the league, and then when you get there, you realize what it takes to be a champion and how difficult it is, as opposed to doing it from the beginning. Once you get there, hey, that's just a step. I'm trying to get here.
It's goal setting, right? That's every activity tell you do goal setting so that you can know when you've achieved what you've achieved and know when to recalibrate to get a new goal, right? Because we hit that level and then we're moving on. And it just, to me, what I liked about that video is an incredible internal locus of control. He didn't blame his coaches. He didn't blame, I've gotten the lacy.
Not now. He probably did along the way.
Sure, but like there are guys right now, old men, who still, hey man, what happened to you? Like,
no
man, they was hating on me. Like, And he's like, no, man, I didn't have a vision of myself that for myself, that would have propelled me to be successful the way I should have been.
Well, I think part of what you're saying right there, it's interesting to me because part of what you're saying right there is exactly why Jameis Winston is so liked still by everyone in the league, by his teammates, by people around the league. Everyone's got really nice things to say about Jameis Winston. He comes off like a super nice guy and like a great teammate. And it's weird to me because, make no mistake about it, like Jameis Winston was the number 1 overall pick in the 2015 draft. And without question, he was a massive bust, a huge bust. He was the number 1 overall pick. He was awesome in college. Make no mistake about it. Everyone thought he was going to be great. The Buccaneers, the team that drafted him number 1 overall, not only did he not become a winning quarterback, they didn't have a single postseason appearance. You draft a guy number 1 overall, play quarterback, you don't have a single postseason appearance. That's awful. And they chose not to sign him to a second contract. They drafted him number 1 overall.
And he led the league in passing one year.
Yeah,
he had a 5,000-yard season.
Also threw 30 interceptions.
No. I get it, but
LASIK.
it's a rare occurrence where you can do those things because those are that's a hell of an achievement.
Like,
and
when
to
is
not
there
be brought back to make it to a second contract? Wow.
Right, and not appear in a single playoff game. When else has there ever been a number 1 overall pick, quarterback, number 1 overall pick, most important pick in your franchise's history then, who is a massive bust, who everyone still really likes? We're talking 10, 11 years in the league.
Well, I think some people have issue with him, but he's a great teammate.
People have the issue of him off the field, before.
It had to be said.
Right. No, that's fine.
But I think it's him. Give me an example of a number 1 overall pick who turned out to not be a starter and just embraced being a backup and was like a great team guy.
Yeah.
Wasn't
not
a
everybody.
I think David Carr. Had a nice little career as a backup, was well liked by his teammates, had an opportunity, actually flashed some stuff in the league, but everyone knew that his offensive line was terrible and it just never.
That's a great call, as a matter of fact, and he's a sweetheart, a handsome devil too, for what it's worth. What you're getting at is kind of, I feel like, and I don't know if you saw earlier this week, Tom Brady kind of I wouldn't say he admonished the lack of drive for Scotty Scheffler or trying to have a personal balance.
What's that?
It's sort of the Whiplash movie, are you all in? And I guess that's, to Izzy's point, that's all the stuff that you hear people talk about, the drive. He wants it so bad. What you're really describing is he wants a win at tiddlywinks. It doesn't matter what you're playing. By the way, we still invoke tiddlywinks when I don't know anybody.
Well, I don't think we do. I think you might.
Maybe I do.
But you're from another era, my friend.
You know what? You're right. There has been an adjustment. It hasn't there. We no longer say he wants a win even if it's playing pool or cards. They do that.
I've never heard tiddlywinks before. Also, you mentioned Whiplash, which stars J.K. Simmons, who's in The Jackal.
What a movie.
Oh, The Jackal.
What a movie.
But isn't that the distinction is once you get in there, how motivated are you to still be the best? I mean, all of these guys are in high school. I'm fascinated endlessly by somebody like Derrick Henry. And in fact, I've asked him, did you ever get tackled in high school? And he said, what do you mean? I said, did you ever end the play on the ground instead of in the end zone? And he said, of course. And I said, well, then you underachieved, man. Like 15-year-old me got you to the ground? Where was the effort, man? I played in high school. We played a team that had the sixth man of the Pitt basketball team in the late 80s. Darrell Porter was his name. He dropped 40 on us in the first half. Darrell Porter, at best, was a sixth man on a good Pitt basketball team. He had no NBA career. How dominant, then, are the guys? Rob Gronkowski, was every play a touchdown to you? How did anybody ever stop you from doing anything at the high school level? Once you get to the NFL, it is weird that it does seem like the guys who just have the most drive are the ones that are. I mean, Tom Brady proves that more than anybody, right?
So the example I think about when you talk about that is Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire was Rookie of the Year coming straight out of high school. The year before he's Rookie of the Year in the NBA, his senior in high school, I believe they went like 19-14. And I was like, how do you have Amari Stoudemire and you're like barely above 500? What were you doing, coach? And the answer is not a whole lot of coaching.
Yeah. I was confused by Ben Simmons at LSU.
Oh, yeah?
You're the number 1 pick.
But that turned out to
then you
be
figure that out.
Prescient.
Right.
There are also guys that just weren't that good in high school. Aaron Rodgers was on a middling high school football team, struggled to get the job, had to go to a junior college, and then became one of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
Rutgers this year. Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. And
Yep.
what was their record?
Yeah, like that. They were. I think they were 500. Yeah, and that worries me, by the way, about Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. I know everyone loves Dylan Harper, but that worries me.
Is it
I love Ace Bailey.
Is it one person's fault? Are we gonna say it was basically? It's gonna be a referendum, right? The guy who has the better career, the other guy, it was your fault.
Yeah.
That sucks, man.
One of them's going to end up Markelle Fultz, and the other one will end up, I was pretty good.
But it's like all those other, like Markelle Fultz and Ben Simmons, like you were the one guy. So if it didn't work out, it was your fault. These guys, man, it's like
there was 2 of you.
there were 2 of you.
I mean, heck, how didn't Shaq's LSU team win the NCAA tournament? Right? Yeah.
Because Dale Brown couldn't coach.
That was one name that was on my list of guys who I assumed were going to get to the NBA and dominate. Stanley Roberts.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Stanley
yes.
Roberts and Shaq Fu,
Yep.
and if I'm not mistaken, at one point Chris Jackson,
Jackson.
the former Chris Jackson, all 3 of those guys were at LSU under Dale Brown at one point. I mean, I think 10 years from now we're going to look back. I mean, somebody who's a 5-year-old right now is going to say, how many national titles did Iowa State win with Brock Purdy and Breece Hall? I mean, they must have dominated college football.
Oh man, I love thinking to the future and thinking what kids are going to.
I love thinking to the past. First a Calvert Chaney reference, and now this 80s, 90s talk is, I'm loving it.
What is this, McDonald's commercial over here? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Pusha T wrote that.
This episode is brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
So as I teased earlier, a lot of news stories from the world of sports. Gilbert Arenas arrested in connection to an underground poker game. Basically, he provided the facilities, I guess, for it.
Yeah.
And the Justice Department put out this press release, and they made it like, from what they were saying to then what I then ended up reading about, I was like, this feels a lot more sensationalized. I'm not saying he didn't commit a crime. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I'm just saying they made it seem like he was the mastermind.
Yeah, at least based on his explanation, it seems like it was a little sensational. The headline.
Yeah, I mean, all right, like, was this necessary?
His explanation was that he rented a house to people who were doing God knows what with it.
Yeah. And again, I don't know the extent of what he knew what was happening and the legality of that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, here comes those words again, Mike, pomp and circumstance of the Justice Department. And say, we got Gilbert Arenas and this Israeli crime lord. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? And then you hear him like, oh, yeah, I guess that technically fits, but it feels kind of trumped up. And so I was wondering, I reached out to a couple of people, is Gilbert all right? And then I saw this video.
Oh, is he a friend?
I know Gilbert. Yeah, I know Gilbert, and I
Fellow
know
podcaster.
and I know a lot of people who are.
Oh, so he's my friend too.
There you go. By the power of what's it called? When
Friendship.
6 degrees.
6 degrees
Grayskull?
separation. Yeah, power of Grayskull. Yes, Roy. Thank you.
Trivia Night, Roy's back.
But so I was worried, like, oh man, how's Gil handling this? And then he posted this video.
You better not.
Can't hold me, baby. You can't hold me. Hello.
All I can say is this. If I ever get arrested, and knock on wood, I never get arrested for anything. But if I do, I hope I'm not in flip-flops and skimpy shorts. That's just...
I mean, that's of course how he had to come out of jail. That's Gilbert Arenas. And plus, like, you look cooler when it feels like, it's been a night in jail. Who cares? Look at me. But, man, I love a good high-stakes poker room. Like, as soon as this story came out, I was like, man, I hope there's, like, a handful of NBA players that were just in there. Like, just to like, paint the room, right? Like, LeBron in there, and then he has a reputation of, like, playing super tight, but then telling people, yeah, I would have won that hand. I had, like, a 3-7. Like, every single time. I just love it. And the fact that I know I saw a photo of, and who knows when this table was made. It could have been for something else. You never know. But Gilbert Arenas Poker Club with a silhouette of a player wearing number 0 over here. A little bit of a dead giveaway. I'm sorry.
But one of the things I really hated about the Justice Department press release, like they were saying like the names of the co-defendants or whatever the people that they're accusing, and it's like Yevgeny, between air quotes, their nickname Giora Gershman, right? And then all these other names, and then it said Gilbert Agent Zero Arenas. I'm like, shut your corny ass up,
El Chapo.
lame ass. Whoever wrote that press release, just so corny, man. But
this is the part about the details that bothered me the most. So reportedly, they had a bunch of things like, people offering massages and
valets
just
and
companies,
chefs.
and chefs and everything else. And then they say, prosecutors say the group hired chefs, valets, and armed security guards to staff the games, as well as young women who served drinks, provided massages, and offered companionship to the poker players in exchange for tips.
What's that mean?
Companionship.
Here's the part that I hate. And that the co-conspirators took a cut of the tips. They took not just, they're taking a cut of every single hand making their money. They're taking a cut off the tips of these massage people.
That's the rule of Molly's
Israel
game.
Gutierrez, have you ever, first of all, have you ever seen Molly's game?
Yeah, I did, actually.
Well, number one. Number two, have you ever seen the inner workings of how a strip club works?
Sure.
Have you ever seen Players Club?
I have never.
Players Club.
Explain it to me.
I did not.
They get a cut of the dancer's money.
That's what they
I'm
do.
I'm always skeptical of this. You go to different places, that's all I've heard. And it's just like, what's really going on here?
But that's running a strip club. Like, this is running a poker game. You're already making money. You're raking it in from the poker game. Why do you got to take the tips from the people that are coming to work for you?
Because
companionship. Come on.
Again, there's a way
That's not what I mean by taking the tips, ads.
But Izzy, like the idea here is, again, for the employees, this is way more income that they'd be making at any other kind of service job. So, like, yes, you're happy to pay that percentage in the same way that I'm happy to pay a percentage to my agent because he negotiates better for me than I do
I don't
for
think
myself.
I'd be happy to give away any of that, buddy.
I mean,
I would do the numbers and be like, you guys are getting plenty. Give me all of my tips.
Plenty is relative.
So it feels like he's not. I mean, look, we're on the outside looking at headlines and looking at videos. It feels like it's probably not going to amount to a huge thing for him.
This is for the press release. Arenas, a.k.a. Agent Zero of Woodland Hills. Like, are you out of your mind?
Agent Zero, by the way, is a neighbor of mine, and C knows where these games were going down there. No invite for me.
Wow.
I think it's because my minimum would not meet theirs. That's what fascinates me. We know from Phil Mickelson and otherwise, it's not like he's making a $10 parlay. No. What is the level going down at this to make it worth Agent Zero and his peer group to that they're conducting these and, like you say, raking loot away from the other rich people? I mean, what level of money are we talking about here for it to be worth his time?
Dave, how long have you been in LA now?
25 years.
Wow, and you still sound like that. That accent is strong.
I could talk more like I'm in LA.
No, you're good.
Right? I could.
You gotta end everything a little bit high, right here.
People have once in a while, more than once, people have come to me and said, we're going to put you with our talent coach, our voice coach. And I said, to what? To get me to a C+ voice so that I talk a little bit like this?
Now, here's the thing. Can you do it while doing the Pittsburgh accent?
Can I? Aaron Rodgers throws it deep to DK Metcalf. Touchdown. Steelers.
That's how they sound in Pittsburgh?
Well, only if they've been in LA for 25 years.
Well, Rob Ryan over there keeps asking. Is that what it sounds like in Pittsburgh?
You can pick up an accent pretty quickly. Madonna, she was with Guy Ritchie. She had an accent, and it seems I want to play a clip. It's actually a pretty good response. It's pretty well known. Terry Bradshaw, over the course of his media career, not a fan of Aaron Rodgers. He takes every opportunity. Even he's found a way to criticize the way his footwork. Like, they're on opposite sides. It's pretty clear. But Aaron Rodgers had a pretty classy response to Terry Bradshaw, but that wasn't my takeaway from this bit of audio that Roy's about to play. Aaron Rodgers now has an accent.
Terry Bradshaw says, Rodgers to the Steelers. I wrote it down because I want to get it right. It's a joke. Stay in California, chew on bark, and whisper to the gods.
Well, I whisper to the gods every single day.
Damn right.
I've known Terry for a long time, being a part of Fox. Terry's a legend. He's an absolute legend. He won 4 Super Bowls. He's had a legendary career in the media. But Terry, like a lot of people, doesn't know me. And so he's got an idea of what he thinks about me based on what I've done, the documentary, what I've said, Darkness Retreat, whatever the hell you want to talk about. I'd love to get to know Terry on a deeper level if he's open to it, and maybe we can go chew some bark or whatever the hell he's talking about together.
Let me tell you something, Kenny. That's what he said. He sounds like he's doing his best Charles Barkley accent, right?
That is so terrible. Was it didn't? I think that was the word that just kind of give it away.
Courtesy of Kyle Brandt, by the way. It was actually a longer answer, and he does give Terry plenty of flowers for allowing all the modern-day players to make so much money, but I just couldn't get over this accent. The guy's been in Pittsburgh for what, like a couple of days? That's not a Pittsburgh accent.
It's not a Pittsburgh accent.
I'm not sure what kind of accent that was.
That's Barkley. That's Leeds, Alabama.
He grew up in Silicon Valley.
Has he been hanging out with Cowboys lately? Like what's
yeah. Chuck?
I think he is hanging out with Cowboys lately. I don't know what's happened.
I do think, though, it's a smart move, obviously, by Aaron Rodgers to say good things about Terry Bradshaw, who has become, by choice, not the favorite son of Pittsburgh because he refuses to come back and has an ongoing rift with the late Chaz Noel, who departed the planet Earth a decade ago at least. All the two things that are vaguely disingenuous to me. One, it's known that he wanted to be on the Minnesota Vikings. So now that he is singing songs about how special it is to be a Pittsburgh Steeler is a little hard to accept. The thing that he's doing that I find annoying is the same thing Russell Wilson did a year ago, which is announce as though it is such a winsome statement to make to people from the region that, hey, blue-collar work ethic, that's what it's all about here. As though, and really, I guess it's flattering to the populace, but how do people in Miami feel about that? How do people feel about, hey, this team represents the city and it's blue-collar work ethic? That's what this defense, the Steel Curtain defense, is all. It reflects.
As they all dance around on the Pat McAfee show.
Right.
Mike Tomlin had to love that.
Right. By the way, yeah, but, people still sing songs about the blue-collar work ethic and all of that. Would people in Miami not enjoy a good defense? I mean,
they don't have a blue-collar work ethic.
We want our team to be soft like us.
If we were a Steel town, the Florida Panthers would have that blue-collar work ethic that is so synonymous with Sunrise. It doesn't. We don't get those.
I feel like a team that represented Miami would be a team that wins a lot of games in the fourth quarter. Like they show up late, and then they make a massive comeback, and then they act like they had it all along.
Can I just add, Aaron Rodgers, he does take the high road there, and for the most part, what he is saying there is like very positive about Terry Bradshaw. But
first of all,
when you say he doesn't know who I am, he only thinks he knows who I am based on the things that I've done. That's how you find out who someone is, by the things that they do.
Even the documentary. Didn't he have say in this documentary? Didn't he say that's what I want to project out there? Wouldn't you think it was him projecting himself?
He poo-pooed the documentary, which he was all over because he's like, this is how I finally get to reveal the real me. There's still ambiguity around it. Like, that's bad production, brother.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like a guy who once said I was misquoted in my own autobiography. Charles Barkley, man. I'm telling you, the dude's hanging out with the Chuckster. If he starts talking about old fashions,
they were in Tahoe. They were in Tahoe.
There you go.
He was fresh from Tahoe, hanging out with Charles Barkley.
Man.
It rubbed off. It's like you go to a Red Sox game and you start talking like a Boston person.
Doing Mike's Aaron Rodgers sounds like Obama.
Everything sounds like Obama.
Maybe
if you listen close enough.
Does Rodgers sound like Obama?
Okay, well, hold on. Let me do this. This is Barack Obama as someone from Pittsburgh. Jens? That's all I got.
It's quite limited, but
that's very limited.
Sasha,
Obama.
Yep. Steelers. Penguins.
Yeah. You're just naming teams.
Crosby.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Said the kid.
Oh, we can. I'd rather than the 99-66 debate.
Yellow
You're
Bridges.
familiar with Roy Bellamy's utter disdain for Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, we got into that just a little bit.
You guys, wait, was there? Oh, yeah. You know what, man? I didn't even do the math. not just a Steelers fan, but also a Penguins fan.
That's right.
Roy's sworn enemy, Sid the Kid.
He got there.
Yeah, see?
Before the show, they already did. Roy did dirty player, and then he was like, "Nah, he has a backbone. When people go after him, he can stand up for himself." That's where we left it.
Unlike Mike Modano.
I just like the revelation from Amin where he's just realizing that someone from a city may like all the teams from that city.
It took me a while. The last horse crossed the finish line.
Wait, Dave, you like the Steelers, the Penguins, and the Pirates?
Don't push it.
Who's your NBA
I have
team,
dignity.
Yeah, who's your basketball team?
You a Clippers guy?
The fish that saved Pittsburgh.
That's
Favorite
right.
movie,
The
right?
Pittsburgh Pisces,
There
of
you go,
course.
yeah.
Of course, I know. I remember they opened up the igloo and then came the balloon with the whole team in there. Yeah, of course.
And favorite movie? Sudden Death.
Oh, yeah.
What a movie.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That-
What a movie.
That is a film.
That's a can of worms in my book. For
He's the
some
goalie.
reason, Hollywood has a beef with Pittsburgh sports teams, and it goes way back. Sudden Death. The movie is, the terrorists come in on the Goodyear blimp into Super Bowl 10. Who's playing in that game? The Pittsburgh Steelers are playing in it.
Sudden Death was Game 7.
I'm not Sudden Death. I'm sorry. What was the name of the 1976 terrorist attack movie?
Heaven Can Wait.
Roy?
No.
Well, Heaven Can Wait.
That was Warren Beatty's.
I know.
Heaven Can Wait. Warren Beatty is a millionaire who buys the Rams so he can install himself as the starting quarterback. It foretells what Tom Brady tried to do with the Miami Dolphins just a few years ago. It's the exact same story.
Wow.
Basically.
See, I'm telling you, there's a movie for everything.
Okay, let's play this. Longest Yard.
But also, so Warren Beatty goes to the Super Bowl, Tom Pendleton and all of that, and who do they vanquish in overtime of that Super Bowl? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Wow. Sudden death, terrorist attack on the
7.
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Black
They
Sunday.
blow-
Black Sunday.
Black Sunday is the movie I was talking about.
Robert Shaw, Bruce Dern.
Robert Shaw.
That's
Yeah.
right, Robert Shaw. Robert Shaw.
From Jaws.
That's exactly right. And in Gotham, but it looks
Yeah.
very
No, that's
similar
the
to
Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
That was the Steelers.
Hines Ward runs back a kickoff return, and behind him, the stadium is destroyed. What goes on, Hollywood?
Roethlisberger's on the sideline. Roethlisberger was on the team.
That's right.
So was Pouncey, I believe.
Let me clarify some things. Number one, sudden death. You're in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, and you're hosting.
The seventh game of the Stanley Cup.
Excuse me, the 7th game of the Stanley Cup Finals, and you're hosting.
Finals.
That's a compliment, right? Number one. Number two,
It was finals back then.
it was back then,
Damn,
1995.
double
Yeah.
corrected.
Yep. Trivia night right here. Number two, Black Sunday, right? Super Bowl. You're in the Super Bowl. Number three, Dark Knight Rises. Hines Ward, the stadium blew up behind him. What was in front of him? Nothing. He was in the end zone. It's all compliments to Pittsburgh
Glass
sports.
half full of me.
Yeah.
You turned me around on this. Thank you.
Glass half full.
I've had a chip on my shoulder for too long, and you just knocked it off. Thank
All along,
you
they were
kindly.
patting you guys on the back.
You know who else has a chip on his shoulder, and I'd like him to replace it with a note of thanks?
Who's that,
Is Roy.
Oh.
Because there might not be an NHL without Sidney Crosby.
Oh, get out of here. What are you talking
I don't know if you know what happened, but they held out and they didn't go on strike. What did they do? What's
Lockout?
Lockout. They locked themselves out. Whatever they did. Without 87, the sport does not return at least on the level that it has.
I disagree.
Is that Sydney's number?
What do you mean? You
87, yeah.
I mean, maybe you just don't know him. Like Terry Bradshaw doesn't know Aaron Rodgers. You just need to get to know.
Maybe
the
you're
real
only
Sidney
basing
Crosby.
your thoughts on Sidney Crosby based on what he does.
Yeah.
There's still a guy named
stupid way to do that.
Ovechkin in the league.
The note sheet calls Dave obnoxious, and I was like, I think he's pretty pleasant. And now in this last maybe 5
That
or
was
7
on the
minutes,
research that he's obnoxious?
He's obnoxious. Obnoxious Pittsburgh fan. Catch Football America starting August 7th right here on Meadowlark. Oh, football. How do you pronounce it? Because there's an exclamation point. Is it Football America, or is that just the note taker?
We got to get an Aaron Rodgers pronunciation of it. I haven't mastered it quite yet. Can we get a means version of Mike's Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, hold on. Football America. Now, Mitch McConnell doesn't want that. Mitch McConnell wants football to be somewhere else. Wants soccer America. Wants baseball America, not football America. Some folks across the aisle.
We stumbled upon your listening audience being called Football Americans. We got the Hall of Fame game starting today, which is,
Boring.
yeah, it's a terrible thing. Terrible thing. Where are you on the Hall of Fame game?
I'm on the record. I hate to be a curmudgeon about it, but it's exciting for football to come back, and it's no wonder that we all are excited to see it. And then you see the uniforms out there. But preseason football games are Civil War reenactments. They only look real. They say, there's the uniform. Those are the guys. Like, wait a minute. Who are these people wearing those uniforms? It's kind of like watching a movie. It's unsatisfying. Hey, wait, Civil War reenactment. Look, here we are. We're at Gettysburg. Look at that. They're the Confederates. Wait a minute. That general's drinking a Mountain Dew. This stinks.
Wait, which team is fighting for what now?
We got a bad color clash today. Chargers decided to go with the powder blue pants and the white tops, going up against a Honolulu blue Detroit Lions. This is an assault on the eyes. Why would they do this?
Honolulu blue.
That's what the Lions wear.
Honolulu blue?
Yeah.
What's the connection to Honolulu?
It's probably like
just a shade.
the most recognizable color of their water, maybe. It's just really nice color blue.
Wow, what a stretch.
I'm gonna find out.
That's the closest body of water they could get to? Honolulu?
Also, Lions are not blue, by the way.
What?
Lions are not blue.
Lions are not blue at all. Why are they blue?
Bears aren't navy and orange.
They're kind of orange. A little.
Yeah, a little bit orange.
A little bit of orange.
It's the shade of the Pacific Ocean.
Colors of charge.
What does the Pacific Ocean have to do with
That's just what
They
it
really
says.
should have named it after Lake Michigan or
blue.
Lake Superior or one of those, right?
It was named after the shade of the Pacific Ocean seen during a trip to Hawaii by the team's original owner, George A. Richards.
There you go.
all the old reasonings for names? It's always something
I've got
dumb.
him like with like a bat, like a pipe, and he's just like, this water's blue here.
I got him like the dude
Honolulu blue, they say.
from Jurassic Park. Welcome to Honolulu. Dun, 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 na, 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 na. Look at that blue. Zaz,
Yeah.
have a good drive into the work today?
Okay, so I need some help here.
Terrible transition.
Dude, hey man, I'm doing the best I can.
I think you're doing.
What am I supposed to do?
Doing just fine.
Dusty Rhodes.
Just
Building
fine.
you up. You're doing great, man.
I need some help here. All right. So
do I.
I come from, northwest of here, all right? And so my route to get here, I take the turnpike and then I eventually have to merge onto 95 South. Now there's a lot of construction where I have to merge.
Everywhere. Just
Well,
everywhere.
yeah, there's a lot of construction where I have to merge. So what winds up happening is I have to merge into a lane to get onto 95 South, but it's not a merge lane. It's a regular lane, but I end up having to merge because by the time I get to that interchange, if I'm explaining this properly, that lane to get on 95 South is already way backed up. So you essentially...
You're not skipping the line. You literally get
Right.
there,
I have
and you're
no
already
choice.
in the middle of the line. What do I do?
Yeah, I have no choice. So again, it's not a merge lane, all right? But we got to use some common sense, and people should really be courteous and let you in, as opposed to you having to cut people off. So here's my question. I do this every morning, and this morning in particular, I ended up having to essentially cut someone off because they weren't letting me
They
in.
were doing that thing where they would just stand as close as possible.
Oh,
to
yeah,
the car
yeah,
in
yeah.
front
Cody
of them.
move.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing.
The jerk
They don't
move.
scare me because my car's bigger than their car. I'm coming.
Dude,
all
once
right?
you got once you got the front headlight in front of them, you've got the
Like,
position.
I'm in an SUV. You're in a sedan. Here I come. You're going to stop, and you're going to let me in. And, of course, that's exactly what ended up happening. You can't be scared, Roy.
Well, it depends on where you try to get in. All right, like, did you go in like that triangle area where you can't pass?
No,
No,
but
no, like, I'm trying to get in. Eventually, it gets to a point of no return where it's like, all right, this is happening. I have to get in
Right.
now.
It's not like you can just put the car in park and wait till somebody lets you in. You got to keep creeping up. And
Right.
if you're into the front, you're into the front.
So I get in. Now, normally, in that spot, what's the courteous move? Thank you. You give the little hand. You put the hand up real quick. Maybe you wave it for a second, and that's it. You give a quick thank you. But
do you put your hand out of the window, or do you trust?
no.
it doesn't
I
get
put it in the
through
middle,
glass?
right by my rear view
so
mirror.
not
They can
just
Yeah, I
see.
do the same thing.
They could see. I'm not putting my hand out the window.
That's
all
a
right?
nice move.
That'd
It's
be
a little
ridiculous.
extra.
If I saw a hand out the window, I'd be like, that's doing too much.
Yeah, it's too much, all right? I'm not that thankful for it, okay? I was coming no matter what. But anyway, I'm putting my hand up. I want to give a thank you. But on a day like today, where they weren't letting me in, I had to force my way in, I didn't give the thank you wave.
That's when one finger goes up.
So,
no.
am I supposed to give the thank you
No.
wave when I cut them off? They forced me to cut them off?
Jonathan, let me show you how to do this. First of all, is it bumper to bumper, like we're stopped?
Yeah.
For the most
Yes.
part? That's when you roll down the window and you lean out and you say, thank you. Oh, I go over the top nice when I know, oh, man, you try to get me back. Got you
Because
first.
they did put this entire effort into looking like an asshole. Like, he's not going to get past me. No. If you do it anyway and give him a thank you, they're like, he didn't even notice what I was doing.
No.
He just went in anyway.
It's not even that. It's worse than that. It's they're angry and they're like, oh, no. And then you beat them and they know they've lost. And it's the Mike Tyson kiss you after I beat you thing. Yeah. It's like, okay, you can whoop my ass. Yeah. You're not going to also be magnanimous and gracious.
And you got to look in the rear view to make sure, see how mad they are. It's like if they're steaming, you're like, all right.
Izzy, sometimes I blow kisses. I blow kisses. Oh, thank you.
I always, if someone's mad at me, you just smile.
Oh, it's so
just
good.
like you're enjoying it.
That's the correct move.
Yeah.
That's right. It that amps up their anger. As far as that goes, I was once in the Dark Knight and all of that, where Joker goes down Lower Wacker in Chicago. I was once merging it in Rush Hour, and I worked my way in.
Wait, that movie wasn't really filmed in Gotham?
We'll talk about it later. I'll explain it to you a little bit. But so I merged in, and the guy behind me was laying on the horn, but it was just one car in, then you go. The next car in. This guy didn't like that. It's the same guy who violates getting off the airplane rules.
Got to brake check that guy.
We used to live in a society.
That's exactly right. These terrible people. So this guy didn't like it. He's laying on the horn, and I'm doing my usual bit of waving at him and laughing and all of that. And I look in my rear view mirror one last time to see what he's doing, and I realize his car door is open, and he ain't in his car anymore. And so I go to lock my car door, and before I can, my car door is open.
No, this is a real story?
This is a true story. Tell me what you think about this as a man. What should I have done?
I'm scared.
He opens the car door.
What's he look like?
And I'll be honest with you. This is 20 years ago at least, so I don't really remember. He's younger than I was at the time. Young guy.
Generally,
no, it's fine. I like this.
Threatening?
We don't have to play this game.
No, not terribly threatening, but everybody is threatening to me.
Now, all you did was wave and smile?
All I did was, I was being a jerk. I was getting his goat a little bit.
You're not getting a color, all right? I know what you want. You're not getting a color.
He opens the door. And does a spit thing at me, but air. He spits air.
So like Iron Sheik?
Act. Yeah, like,
right.
He gave you a patooey?
And I felt the air, but I realized it wasn't. He didn't actually
Still
spit
disrespectful.
on me.
If I feel your
and then
air,
he walks away.
He opened his door.
Am I supposed to get out of the car and throw hands with this character now?
Well, I think what happened is he intended to spit on you. He just choked. He didn't have enough saliva. He was like, "Tuh," and then just walked away. And I would have just pointed and laughed even more. Actually.
We're already at throwing hands territory when he opens your car door.
That's
I agree, but
if you're
I think
tough. If you're not tough, you whip your phone out. I'm recording you.
You guys have. Well, this was before cell phone.
Got it all on record.
You guys all have at least one eyeball, and you can see that anybody who I get out to throw hands with, how this ends for Dave. Dave winds up unconscious on the ground.
I'm with you, Dave.
I don't want that.
I'm not a great.
Really be honking.
Dave,
you.
I can
Fight dirty, man.
I can give you a solution, but it escalates the situation, and if it escalates beyond that, you're screwed. But I don't think it would escalate beyond that, right? This is what you do. The door opens, you immediately lean over and start fiddling with your glove compartment. There's a 98% chance they're like, oh, no, I didn't
But
mean
if you
it.
have nowhere to go, you're stuck in traffic.
This is 4 seconds, though, I'm talking
I
about.
know,
This was not, if you have time
door opens, I feel the door open.
Means right.
Oh,
Yup.
like do this, because anyone who's opening that door and sees you leaning for that, they're like, oh my God, they're running away.
Sure.
Unless the 2%
They go back to their car and get their gun.
No, not go back to their car.
They have it on them. Oh, yep, bad idea. I mean, you went from good idea to very bad idea.
I'm saying that's the downside. It's a high risk, high reward play.
Yeah.
It's a high risk, high reward play.
At that point, someone might have to get shot. That's not a great plan that you just
Right,
laid out.
and then the police, when they're my death as I'm sitting there and they're doing the chalk outline inside the driver's seat of my car. What was he going for there? He had a gun, officer.
He was getting his registration.
It was Spree. He had a half-eaten pack of Spree candy. That's what it was.
I was so in on your plan at first, Amin, and now it's a terrible plan.
I'm just saying, it's you know what? It's my belief that more fake punts should be run in the NFL. I think a lot of them will be successful. Everyone's just scared of what goes wrong. But I think you got to think about what goes right. You know?
I think when you run a fake punt, what you never would do, I'd be willing to guess that it's never happened in at least the Super Bowl era that a team has run a fake punt twice in the same game. Because that's people always say, well, they're not going to do it now.
Yeah.
They already did it. Do it again now.
Do it again.
There was a team, a high school team, or maybe it was like a Division II college football team that onside kicked every time.
Yeah, that was a thing. I remember that. It was a team, they don't punt. They go for every fourth down. They do onside kicks.
I fake punted every single time on NFL Blitz. Every single time. I was like, what do we do? It's NFL Blitz. Why are we pretending like I have to I got to follow the regular rules of football? I'm like, nope. And
It's not even Madden. It's NFL Blitz.
Oh, yeah, NFL Blitz. I can't stand Madden. NFL Blitz, great. No pass interference. Let me just hit people across the field. Oh, what a time.
The jumping pass.
Oh my God. You know who's great at that?
Brunell.
Brad Johnson.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
Didn't think he had it in him.
Man, I'm telling you, you give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with him, Allstott, work done, and who's the white? I can't remember.
Bobby Ingram?
John Lynch?
Keyshawn.
It was Keyshawn.
In Blitz?
In Blitz. Well, I think it was Keyshawn.
Joe Jaravicious, you might be
Joe
thinking about.
Jaravicious. Oh, my God. What a name. Man, I was working people left and right. Oh, my God. Who was your team on NFL Blitz?
Probably Dolphins.
Really?
I always loved.
Did you play with your own?
Yeah, like NBA
From
Jam.
Miami.
I played with the Heat.
I go with the Cowboys because you'd get Dion on both sides of the ball.
On NFL Blitz?
Mm-hmm.
Dion was on NFL Blitz?
No, I like playing with my team.
Were the Falcons good then? I remember, was that the Dirty Bird Falcons?
That was Chris Chandler and Jamal Anderson, and then who was the wideout? It was Roddy. No, not Roddy White.
Andre Rison?
Andre Rison was
No, they
before
had
that.
Tony Martin and Terrence Mathis.
Yeah,
Terrence
that's
Mathis.
right.
Yes, it was Terrence Mathis. Yeah.
I was more of a Tecmo Bowl guy.
Oh, best game, Tecmo Bowl, best game.
Well, best video game, sports video game of all time, Sega 90, NHL 94. And if I had in fact, my pals forbade me from at some point, I had to be cut off because if I had that Penguins team, I was unbeatable.
Do you have NHL 94 over Tecmo Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That's what they played in Swingers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Make his head bleed.
MVP 05.
Oh, yeah, with
John
Dowd.
John Dowd playing Bonds.
And greatest soundtrack ever, too, in that MVP baseball game. But I liked NHL 94. It's not so much me as it is Roenick.
Yeah.
Man,
that Blackhawks team, man.
I'm going to tell you right now, NBA Street has a place in my heart, man. Off the Heezy, around the world. Like all those stupid little moves, and then you go to the park and like just rolling around on the ground, like, oh, I got him. What a time. No, I don't. So my barber was shocked. He's like, you don't have 2K? I'm like, I got to an age where buying the same game every single year is the dumbest thing ever. I just can't. I don't want to do this. For what? For updated rosters? I don't do it. The only sports game I play now, Top Spin. And let me tell you something. Your boy's top 4 in the world right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I did love Virtua Tennis on Dreamcast in the arcade game. One of the better sports arcade games.
Virtua
By the way,
Tennis.
the wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Bucks in NFL Blitz was Reed Anthony.
Ooh, Gator.
Good name.
You know, I found out that if you have a EA Play subscription, you can get the year prior for all those sports games for free.
For free. But that's for EA.
Yeah, it's definitely for EA because it's not for 2K. 2K25 you can get for like $6.99, but nobody likes 2K25. So I bought 2K24, and that was like $69.99.
What?
Mamba edition.
You're top 4 in the world? What was that?
No.
Oh, your guy
Spin?
is ranked.
My guy.
Okay, my bad. I don't.
I'm playing nerds online all day. Like, I gotta move my
I was
rankings
shocked
up.
as well.
No, man. Like my created character Trafalgar Ali.
You can't get up to number 1. That's like you're bragging about being top 4.
Dude, let me tell you something. That game is hard.
What if he's? What if it's a golden generation? He's got Federer. He's Wawrinka basically.
I'm gonna call your kid in here. You tell your old man to face a Carlos Alcaraz service on clay, and then to come back to me about how easy it is.
But you're on veteran mode.
Yeah, I'm on like whatever the highest thing is. Yeah, man.
You're on All-Star, whatever.
I'm on the difficult level.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
What's your surface?
What my hardcourt, man. I can't the clay because you hit something and then you're sliding for like 5 feet.
Yeah,
like
that's
this.
what happens with clay.
And then you got to run back to like because that jackass over there, their placement is precise. I'm gonna tell you my biggest rivals: Alcaraz, Sinner, Tiafoe. Those 3. Medvedev. I'm waxing him. Waxing him.
You got his number.
Waxing him every time.
What's so tough about Tiafo?
No, what's up?
What's so tough about Tiafo?
I don't know, man. Every time sometimes I'll be up, like, 40 love. I'm like, this is going to be a quick one today. And then all of a sudden, it's like deuce, 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 deuce. And we're playing tiebreakers and stuff. And every time, if I don't whoop his ass, if it gets to tiebreakers, he beats me every single time.
I did not have Amin playing tennis on video games.
You want in on the tennis chat?
Oh,
sure,
man,
sure.
You're a tennis guy?
Of course I'm a tennis guy.
Dude.
I play against these assholes every day.
Oh, speaking of assholes, what's the name of the tennis chat, Mike?
Sue me, asshole.
Sue me, asshole. Could you explain why? Because I don't think I ever got the full explanation of why it's called Sue me, asshole.
Apparently, like, some group members went to the U.S. Open a couple of years ago, and some guy tried to get one of our guys to move from his seat, and that was the response.
Sue me, asshole.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
which is, I
agency?
guess, one of the plans that you could go with the next time someone tries to open your car door. You can just say, sue me, asshole.
And then he says, my fault.
Yeah, Chris had a brilliant idea of just pretending that you're deaf.
That's like the Larry David when they went in the bathroom and he's in the disabled stall.
That would be jarring to him if he opens the door.
And just
Not going to do the impression.
What impression?
I would have to do it.
workshopped it.
In that situation, I would have to bust it
How would
out.
that go?
I'm not going to do it now.
Nope.
Bust it out.
Nope.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
Hey! And I open the door.
Nope, not doing
Nope.
it.
No?
It was authentic.
So,
What it should be is this. Just that's the impression.
like, oh.
Not doing it. I want to do it, but I'm not doing it.
So shortly after joining
Yes,
the
this
chat,
Sue me,
which has
asshole.
been pleasant, they're quite horny on this chat.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion about the people play. That's why we call it Tommy Paul.
Can't be as horny as the golf chat.
Is it
No,
hornier
it's
than the
way hornier.
Really?
Is it hornier than the
Way
pro
hornier.
wrestling chat?
There's Ethan in both of them.
Pro wrestling chat's the horniest one. But tennis is right up there in terms of horniness.
Right. Well, so that's one of the details about it. But obviously being called sue me asshole, right? And so at one point, I had my phone. I was on my texts. And I just sort of put it down over here and put it down. And as it's crossing in front of Anthony, he sees a text thread and he goes, "Why are you in a group chat called Suck My Ass?" And I said, wait a second, what?
Context clues. I don't blame him.
I said, I'm not. First of all, you can look at it. And he goes, "Oh, sue me, asshole. What the hell is that about?" And I was like, "Tennis." And he goes, and I was just like, "No further questions, please." And yeah, so that nearly got us into a little bit of an argument.
I just got added. Wow. Real time.
My wife always asks when we're driving and these texts pop up, what's Puckdale Talon?
Yeah.
Like, that's the hockey chat.
That one, yeah, not
Puck
as
what?
easy to mistake for something
Dale
terrible.
Talon, former GM.
Of the Panthers.
Oh, okay. Is that the guy that Woody thinks should still be running it?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's the guy that built the Blackhawks before they fired him.
It's a guy that
Before they
built
won a
the
Stanley Cup.
Vegas Golden Knights by terrible decisions, letting Marcial go.
Yeah, he's stunk for the Panthers.
Terrible
The
person.
Well,
blueprint.
So he's been bad everywhere? Is that what you
No,
said?
no, he helped build the Blackhawks, who won several
But
Stanley
the-
Cups.
Steve Martin.
With him?
What?
What team did he build?
The Blackhawks.
The Black.
No, don't do
Nah,
that
don't
to
do
him. I mean, you're
Chicago.
Is it the chair that makes people stir?
It's a little bit. It's a little bit.
Speaking of stir, you guys see that video of Dante Jones?
Oh,
that
so
was
gross.
One of the more foul things I've ever seen.
Oh, go explain it fast.
I didn't
man.
see it.
Oh man, he was in an elevator bank in a hotel hallway. He goes back
Oh,
inside
no,
the
I didn't know his
shorts,
name. I've seen this.
digs
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there, sniffs, and then swipes on the wall. What the hell is that? Like, what kind of behavior is
How
that?
could you
It's
be
art.
How could you keep working in the NBA after that?
I mean, is he?
Yeah, he's
I don't-
assistant coach.
Oh, okay. Didn't even know that.
All I know is next time I see him, daps are like this, all fist bumps.
I thought you were going to say something about him being a dookie.
It was weird when he picked up your fists next time I see him.
Guys, it's time for our contractually obligated Dan Le Batard segment. This is a segment that Dan would have loved to have done had he been here.
Okay.
Shannon Sharpe, released by ESPN. No longer an employee after a almost like a blaze of glory across the screen when he was on First Take. But that time is over now. I believe, then obviously they never say why, but I believe this is because of the lawsuit.
Yeah, I think the timing of it is pretty clear.
I don't know. Maybe there's something else happening.
You think?
Performance. I don't know.
You think so? Initially, the way that it was reported, and it gets chucked into the group chat by some of the worst people you can imagine. Settlement. So, like, people initially think, okay, he's been cleared, and he'll get back to work. That's usually how this goes. And then you see the number attached, and you're like, wow,
that's a big number for the settlement.
That is a mighty hefty number, and even some of those worst people that you can imagine were like, okay, that's a damning settlement number.
Settlements don't mean an admission of guilt. Settlement, like most of the time, is because it is just cheaper and faster to pay them to go away than to go through the litigation.
Even if you are innocent of something, to have to go through every detail of other things, it's just not.
But you rarely see it be $50 million.
$50 million is like, at that number, I think most people are like, the hell with it, let's go to court. Yeah. Unless there was something in discovery that you would find to be detrimental to your character, your reputation. Doesn't necessarily mean anything for the legality of what happened. It's just, I don't want people all up in my business in that way. $50 million. I'm trying to think.
That's what's out there. That's a number.
Yep.
It may not be.
May not be $50 million. You know what? We're also jumping to conclusions here.
Right, but I think you could read a lot into what ESPN decided because they had a lot of they had more information available to them. Presumably, they were in contact with Shannon's camp, and they still made the decision to move on. And it wasn't an easy decision, by the way. Remember, when all this started to go down, it was heavily rumored Shannon Sharpe was going to get his own vehicle, and they were going to
$100 million.
Yeah, they were going to do. Yeah, they were going to do the Pat McAfee, Stephen A. Smith model, which is we have our stars in every day part, and Shannon's going to carry the afternoon after Around the Horn went away.
Like I got it, man. The guy already has a lot of money. He's been very successful not only on the field but in his post-playing career. But man, it's kind of like the Malik Beasley thing, where it's like you're on the cusp of getting $42 million, and then it's all gone. I don't care how much money you got in the bank. That sucks.
And what was it, Zaz, that he was upset about? The timing of ESPN's?
I don't know that.
I saw that, because his brother is getting inducted this week. I saw him release a statement that he's like, I wanted this to come out next week. So he's not happy that this broke, kind of taking the shine away from his brother.
That's the detail you want to really hammer home, right? Oh, they should have done. I should have.
That's
got
what
fired
I regret.
Next week. That's what I asked, and they did not respect my wishes.
I mean, they didn't need to do it this. They could have done it last week too.
Well, I'm pretty sure they were waiting for the finality of
I don't
some
know.
sort of
What does
settlement,
ESPN care about that? What do they care?
I think that was what Shannon's point of resentment, point of contention was. Like, why do you not care?
I don't know. What? He's like a 20-year employee?
No,
he's
he's
there
not.
for what? Like a year?
Yeah, he's not a legacy guy.
Yeah. Whatever. It's not their business to care about that.
I'm just saying. Like, okay, so if I had to short you guys the odds of him rejoining ESPN at some point in the future, 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
Oh,
it's almost. You don't never.
The only person who's ever made a comeback is Stephen A. Really, right?
And he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Olbermann came back.
And
Dan Patrick did stuff.
There's
Rich Eisen. We're talking about coming
Eisen
back
was
like
back
in a
for good. Like Keith was
salaried
probably
role,
the
right?
second best attempt.
I wouldn't close that door. There's all sorts of talk out there in the marketplace that ESPN may be spun off one day soon by Disney, make its own private company, and we've seen this already. I think E! News got spun off by NBC Universal. It's not outside of the realm of possibility, and then if it gets spun off into a different thing, different people come in and have different ideas.
All right, there you go.
What's next for Shannon Sharpe?
Well, could I say very quickly, quick note on that? I wonder about Shannon's self-esteem because he has a brother named Sterling, and he got named Shannon. This is as big a divide as the Bennetts, their parents. Michael, high-end defender. You're Mike. Your brother is Martellus. Martellus Bennett, and you gave me Mike.
Yeah. I've always wondered about that with parents. Like I had three sisters, and the first three siblings, no middle name. Fourth one gave her a middle name. What the hell?
Hurtful.
Dave, this is one of my favorite trivia pieces, NBA related. O.J. Mayo, remember him?
Sure.
His O.J. stands for Ovinton J'Anthony. His name is Ovinton J'Anthony Mayo. His brother's name is Todd.
Which is worse? Is it that situation or you are Lance Stevenson and you have a brother named Lance Stevenson.
Yeah.
It's just spelled differently.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Lance Stevenson
He's
had
got
a brother named Lance.
Lantz Stevenson.
Get the hell out of here.
There's one more of these NBA names that always tickles me. Paul George, his father is Paul George Sr., his mother is Paulette George.
Wow.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it too. I love the idea of them meeting, like whenever it was in the 80s or whatever, and like, "Hi, how you doing? My name's Paul. What's your name?" And she says Paulette. You're like, "Oh."
That was the next 8 minutes of the conversation, right? Was them? Can you believe it? I can't believe it.
If he introduced himself first, if he says, "What's your name?" and she says Paulette, and she says, "What's your name?" and he says Paul,
Liar.
she thinks he's full of right? Like, there's no way. There's no way.
Well, the old goalie, though, Pete Peters. What were the parents thinking with that?
Chris
Peter?
Christopherson.
There's an artist on my CVS Jams playlist, Philip Phillips.
You guys see
yes.
you guys see what Steve Kerr's son's name is?
Okay.
Let's not do this again.
I don't like it.
We did that. It was dangerous yesterday. With
I'm
the
not
And by the
gonna
way-
say it. I'm saying like they couldn't have seen that coming.
I've known this child
They
since he
should've.
was like 10 years old.
They were like, "It's
you're not
Nicholas."
you're not going to get
Nicholas
these
is a
jokes off
family
in
name.
this is where I draw the line of decency, sir. That is a good young man, works hard at his
He's
job.
gonna go by Nicholas though, right?
I've known him as Nick his whole life.
Nobody calls him by his full name all the time. Chris Cody.
Do you guys introduce yourselves with your full name? Because in the movies, it's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, "Hey, Mike Johnson." I'm like, no one's. What's your name, Mike? That's it. No one cares what your last name is. But then I realized maybe this is
A lot of people do that, though.
Yeah. Do you guys? Jonathan Zaslin.
I go
Well,
first
I mean,
name.
Dave, how did I introduce myself to you this morning?
I think we just went first names,
Yeah,
right? Nobody gave me a surname, and nor did I give mine back.
I always say, "Hey, I'm Jonathan."
That's why I mispronounced your name to start the show. There you go. Full
A
circle.
lot of people
Mistakes
do
were
that.
made.
A lot of people do the whole name.
Do they?
Well,
Yeah.
if it's formal, if it's like a business.
Even in business. I mean,
in business, Mike Ryan Ruiz. How the hell are you?
I mean, technically, this was a business introduction, and they didn't do it.
yeah. So we suck, huh?
No,
Depends on the business.
I'm good with first name.
Would you go Chris or do you go
Yeah,
Chris?
just
Cody?
Chris.
Izzy, what do you do? Well,
No,
we
it's
know-
got to like it's a business setting, like professional. Yeah, I'm giving my full name, Israel Gutierrez. Yeah, like
No
as if I'm.
way!
If I'm going into
Let's say we go to an arena and you're gonna interview the head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies. Jonas
Yeah.
Tuomas Italo. I think I got that right. Isolo.
Yeah, I think it's Isalo.
Isalo. Isalo.
Definitely
stay
wasn't
here
the
for a
first
little
name.
while.
Isalo.
He's
Tuomas
Isalo.
Isalo. And so you walk in, "Hey coach, how's it going?" Do you say Israel Gutierrez, Meadowlark Media, or do you just say
Meadowlark Media, that's not my name. I say, it's the first time I'm introducing a coach. Say Israel Gutierrez. Like, especially in that type of setting where somebody potentially could have seen like a byline, could have seen my name across the screen, but as opposed to just saying Izzy or Israel.
I would get used to it if I worked for a newspaper. Because just my job, I'm always going Mike Ryan Ruiz, Pittsburgh Gazette.
Buddy, I'm such a narcissist. I just say my name, and you're supposed to know who the hell I am. There ain't too many Amins walking around.
I would never, ever do the thing where you say your name and affiliation. If the people, if it's
At the
Dwayne
press
Wade at the
conferences.
damn press conference, I'm like, I'm not telling him my name and affiliation. It's not for the fans. I just need that guy to answer my question.
Well, I mean, if you're at the finals, you have to do it.
I don't.
They won't pick you anymore.
Come on.
Oh, this guy. Direct line to Mike Bass. Like, hey. Shout out to Mike Bass. That's not the only person who had a little bit of issue from former First Take appearer, Shannon Sharpe. Marcus Morris Sr.
This story is so ridiculous.
He used to be on First Take.
He was on First
Wow, I
Take.
had no
was.
idea.
Do you have a television?
Yeah. It's not on that channel very often.
Man.
Good point.
Unless it's live sports, baby.
Nothing on mute, though?
No.
You didn't pick up when it was... No. I didn't watch the Carton Show, but I knew of it.
Yeah, no, there's so many better. I could watch Top Chef on mute. So much better.
Or you could watch the Dan Le Batard Show on mute. DraftKings Network and Peacock. But anyways, Marcus Morris Sr., right, was arrested at a local airport. I don't know.
He was at Fort Lauderdale Airport.
Fort Lauderdale,
Yeah.
right?
Great airport.
And I hate
good.
it. It's a bus. It's a bus terminal. It's not an airport.
it's good airport.
It's a bus terminal.
Best terminal.
It's a bus terminal.
Best
And by the way, Ubers, ridiculous.
That's why I
Ridiculous.
drive.
Long wait. Long wait just to get an Uber?
It's a big airport.
Nah, terrible. Anyways, Marcus Morris Sr., he's arrested for what they call fraud, defrauding several Vegas properties out of a large amount of money. And the way made it sound like he either tried to steal money or he was writing bad checks. That's the way the news story came out.
Right.
Marcus Morris took to Threads to clarify.
It was bad checks, though, right?
Like it literally said in the story that I wrote, a check that he knew wouldn't clear.
Multiple times.
Yes.
Thank God I woke up in my bed this morning. I will address this on camera as well. The word fraud was thrown on my name as if I took something or really wrote a check to a casino in exchange for cash. Did I take out a marker to gamble? Yes. Was this my first time? No. I've been enjoying my off time and do what I like every year at some point in Vegas at a high level for years, and that's not just gambling. I really thought the amount of money and time I spent there would really have value. So yeah, I took my time to pay back the money that could have been handled on the spot. If I'd known that I would have been locked up like I was trying to flee or a flight risk, I was just in Vegas. No phone call, visit, or nothing. Actually gambled and had mansions at both casinos. The key word I won't accept, if fraud. I think he meant is fraud. Because this had nothing to do with no money exchange or me not being able to pay for something. My character means everything and my family as well.
All right. Hold on, which is what my starting point is if I ever did an Amin El-Hassan impression. Hold on.
It's the first time I've ever heard one.
Did he? It was not very good. So you're saying that Marcus is implying that they never asked for the money back in any other way?
No
That
chance.
the first time that they asked for it back was straight to jail.
You're arrested.
Well,
no chance.
He goes on.
And it was over a year ago that this happened.
Yeah, he goes on. I hate for Vegas to really make me look like a criminal over a petty couple hundred. And really made me sit 51 hours over that. What hurt the most is I was really chained up and sitting in jail, 24-hour lockdown, lesson learned. I'm not ducking or hiding from shit. Most of you know that about me.
Lesson learned, when you borrow money and the casino wants you to pay it back.
Hold on.
You got to pay it back.
Zaz,
good lesson.
He gets it here. Check the stats. Never owed or needed money for anything. So did I go past the time I needed to repay? Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah.
But did I know they would have locked me up? Hell no.
It's
That's
not a Blockbuster video,
Hold on,
dude.
so
Like, it's not some sort of late
When you
return.
land in Vegas and you see what this place looks like, you think this place messes around? Pay us back when you want.
I would pay anything to stay out of jail. Money paid back and lesson learned.
He's still going?
Fraud?
This is one thread?
Fraud I can't live with. But I'm not going on every media site to clear anything up. If I didn't have it, I would still be sitting. And also having a millionaire brother in my corner doesn't hurt either. Y'all be blessed, man. Me and my bro will be on the platform sometime soon, not to clear up, but to explain what took place and what lessons was learned for the young athletes that watch and look up to us.
This is not a complicated lesson.
My last thing is F Vegas. To treat me like that was wild. I've gambled on that properties over 10 plus years. We could have handled that MOB money over business style or
mob. He wanted to be handled mob style.
Mob style. Before that option. Never been in cuffs or a part of any fraud in my life. And it's going to stay that way. I don't need PR to do anything.
Would it mob style been they would have killed him?
Yeah, whacked him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a wild sentence to end everything on. I don't need PR to help me.
To do anything for me. This is from me, a man who built his career on morals and character, never running or ducking from anything. If you know gambling, you can't take money out the casino if you got a marker. Moral of the story is, Vegas doesn't care about nothing but they bread, and if and when they feel they will, move forward. Lesson learned.
Is he done? Wait, is that the end? Wait, lesson learned. Is that the end?
The internet undefeated. We all know that. So have at it for a week or so. I can't win that battle anyway. But I'm not going to go back and forth with no one over saying I can't pay $300K. Check the stats. It's public info. Fraud is taking money or using money knowing it's not yours or not being used in the way that it was given for. God knows my purpose.
The end.
Be blessed.
Is it done?
Say what you want. No, then they just repeat.
Who did it better? Who got out of jail better? Gilbert Arenas or Marcus Morris? Because I'm going to go ahead and say Gilbert Arenas did it way better. Like
with the flip-flops?
You don't get street cred when you come out whining like this.
Well, I don't think he's whining. I think he's, by the way, we can run Gilbert Arenas coming out of jail one more time for those that missed it earlier.
Free. You better not.
Dancing running down the schedule.
Can't hold me, baby. They can't hold me.
Hello.
If Marcus Morris would have just said, "They can't hold me, baby," on one post, and everybody would have been.
With the hello with them.
Marcus Morris just sounds like he doesn't like the rules.
No, it's just I understand where he's come from. Like to hear the word fraud and again, just like Gilbert Arenas' thing, like insinuated something that it really was. And for Marcus Morris, it insinuated either A, he's out here running around writing bad checks, or B, like actively like heisting in a very tiny 300K way for a casino, but heisting money. And his thing is just like, yeah, I was late paying you back. And yeah, that's not to say that's all right and that's okay, but to make it seem like he was actively trying to defraud the casino, I could see how that would bother him.
Can I combine topics for a second?
Please.
Fraudulent checks. Catch Me If You Can, a 21st century movie that Tom Hanks, totally rewatchable. Did you guys mention that one?
Yeah, it's we mentioned it when we were talking about great years in cinema, and we posited Leo DiCaprio. I think Catch Me If You Can and Gangs in New York might have came out at like the exact same time.
You were having a conversation about Tom Hanks movies this century and whether they were any sort of good or rewatchable. That Catch Me If You Can is the first one that came to mind. Could watch that anytime it comes out.
I love that. I love that movie. I love
the movie itself. Kind of a fraud. Interestingly enough.
Oh yeah, no, like they shocker. They lied. They lied a lot to tell a good story. But that's that's all right. It's a movie. It's like Amadeus. Like none of that happened, but it's a great movie, so you just go with it.
Actually, it's kind of what a fraudster would do, Marcus Morris, right? Hey, I'm not a fraudster. I mean, yeah, it's Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can when Jerry Stiller and his wife are swaying like while doing dishes after that one party. I love that scene.
Jerry Stiller?
This is like the scene where he breaks, like where they're having like a fancy house party after he just got married to the one lady, and he's about to like bust out. Like the cops show up to this like party, and now you guys don't know this scene.
Yeah,
I love this scene.
Top 25 scene for sure.
I don't.
No, it's a great scene.
I mean, I know the scene you're talking about. I don't think Jerry Stiller was
before the cops bust in. Jerry Stiller's the father of the wife.
Jerry Stiller is in Catch Me If You Can.
Jerry Stiller is not in Catch Me If You Can.
Jerry Stiller was not in Catch Me.
Frank Costanza?
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the wrong actor.
Jerry Stiller is Ben Stiller's dad, and he plays George Costanza's dad on Seinfeld. I'm
thinking of.
Are you thinking of a scene in Seinfeld?
You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Vince Vaughn from the pitch.
All right, let's
get here.
Oh, yeah.
Martin Sheen, are you thinking
Martin
of?
Sheen. That's what I'm thinking of.
I should just clear
I was thinking of his dad.
What?
I thought of Sheen's dad. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry, but it's him. Now you picture him swaying with the lady, and they're like, "There's music. They're doing
Would have
dishes."
loved Jerry Stiller in this film.
Both great comedic actors.
Frank Costanza, you got confused with the guy who narrates Apocalypse Now.
I got my current actors' dads confused.
Frank Costanza and President Bartlett are similar to you.
Now I want Apocalypse Now narrated by Jerry Stiller.
I was so confident too.
Ooh.
Serenity now.
I stopped the show. I stopped the show. I was so confident.
You didn't. No, it was good. It was good, man.
We workshopped it. I'm like, you
we
sure?
Got there.
We
got there,
sure?
Chris.
He was like, who's Ben Stiller's dad? I'm like, I can answer this question for you, but I don't understand what it has to do with Catch Me If You Can. He's like, no, I got it. All right.
Sheen.
Yeah.
I deep dived it, by the way, just for the record, 1994, the single greatest year for movies.
That was Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
96 is close. 97 is close. There are other good candidates in the 70s, but 96 wins.
You have Jurassic Park 2 in 94, right?
I believe so.
Schindler's List?
No.
I'm going to have to look it all
Jurassic
up
Park 2? That was not 94.
No. Jurassic Park as well.
Oh, okay. That was 93.
So 93 was pretty good.
93
I mean, for a filmmaker, that's like Jim Carrey 1994, Spielberg 93.
Wow, 94. Little Big League, blank check.
Yeah, blank check. That's the.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump is the only theater experience that I've had where A, it was packed, and B, combination of A, it was packed, and B, there's a scene where everybody's crying.
When did they cry?
When Jenny died. Like the whole place is just like. That's all you hear is just like sniffling. I was like 17 years old, and I was like, that's wild.
I thought it was the part where Jenny refuses to sleep with Forrest.
Serial Mom, 94.
The Crow, Maverick. I mean, Jodie Foster and Mel Gibson, chemistry that jumped off screen.
Wowza. What were they like?
Ed Wood. This is a
94? This all 94?
Yeah. Bang on take.
What year was the Pelican Brief?
That was before
It's
that.
got to be in the same era. That took
Like
93.
Who would leave the movie theaters in 1994? It's incredible.
Dude, I remember.
They had something for everybody.
Baby's Day Out?
Baby's Day Out. Waterworld was 94?
I watched Baby's Day Out last week. Does not hold up.
My dad made me watch Waterworld in a theater. I never forget it. Like we're walking, and he's like, "Let's see this movie." I said, "But Dad, I've heard it's the worst movie ever made." He's like,
You had a good dad.
It can't be that bad. We watched it. He walked out. He's like, "Man, that movie was bad." I'm like, "Yeah."
It wasn't bad.
It was awful.
No, it wasn't bad.
Waterworld was awful.
Waterworld's great.
Clifford?
Was that also 94?
Clifford is not a bad movie.
Love that
Yeah,
movie.
Blank Man in the Army now.
Blank Man.
I thought Conspiracy Theory might have been in that, but they were a couple years later. I think it was like 96, 97.
What, Conspiracy Theory? 97.
Karina.
You know how Karina. The Conspiracy Theory. I remember it came. I saw it like the same week I saw The Game with Michael
like
Douglas.
that movie.
Dude,
I love that movie.
vile.
But I turned into like a complete paranoid schizophrenic for the next month because everything was like, "Oh, what's going on? Like, who are these people following me and stuff?"
That movie reminds me of when soundtracks mattered because the Can't Take My Eyes Off of You song. And in the beginning of it, she says, "Conspiracy theory, what?" And it's just like, wait a second, what does that have to do with anything?
Oh, she said it!
It was on the soundtrack for the movie. Okay.
Let me tell you something, man. Kids at home, you don't know this. Once upon a time, the #1 vehicle delivery system of fire music was a movie soundtrack.
Loved movie
and it's not
soundtracks.
like, hey, oh, they got that song that I know from. No. It'd be brand new music. You didn't know anything about it. And then you go out and go watch the movie, hear the song, head straight to Sam Goody.
Artists were told what the plot of the movie is. Can you write us a song?
Can you write us a song?
And then there are just songs that belong in movies just for some reason or other. The Dreams by the Cranberries. Like that has a tune to it that's just meant for like a road trip scene.
I thought you were
like
saying
as a car
like,
taking
la,
off.
la, 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 la,
That's a
la,
great
la.
soundtrack.
Great soundtrack.
And a lot of people,
Batman Forever, right?
A lot of people took Batman Forever, the Schumacher Batmans.
Yes.
They took the source material very literal when it came to the soundtrack. You had a song called Poison Ivy. R. Kelly was the first man with the courage to be like, has anyone done a song dedicated to Gotham City yet?
I'm looking over the skyline of the city. On quiet lights in the mix of calm.
Yeah.
I
This might
bought
get me
that
in
movie
trouble, but-
soundtrack when that movie
it was
came.
great.
It was a
City
good
of Justice.
soundtrack.
Oh, that was Batman and Robin, though, that soundtrack. Yes.
The City of Peace.
For every one of us. Because we all need it. Can't live without it. I got them city.
It's going to be an awkward karaoke night, but I'm down. I'll back you up.
Let me tell you something. That is the I have a whole, you can ask Fuentes, I have a whole playlist of the canceled, but.
We listened to one before the show.
Oh, what you guys have?
You can't do Return to Innocence by Enigma on karaoke night. You just can't.
Well, that's not good.
No, you can't do it.
You also can't do it.
You can't start your karaoke with Native American chanting.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be like, what is this guy all
Unless
about?
you are Native American.
There you go.
about
That's
the
the
only-
out. That's the loophole.
Yeah, and then you will have everybody's attention, though.
You have to.
You come out the gates with the start of Return to Innocence, which is an absolute banger, and part of the legendary compilation that was Pure Moods.
I know what you're saying, but every time you start Return of the, I want you to say the Mac. Say Return of the Mac. Every time you've said that.
No, I'm of the generation when I start saying Return, it's not of the Mac.
Mac?
No, it's to Innocence. Because I had Pure Moods.
Enigma?
Pure Moods. That is the song. Return to Innocence.
Well,
When you say Pure
I
Moods.
bought it for the X-Files theme. I would get, it was a great commercial because then you would also get scared. Sail away. And then they would be like, you're feeling it? And then all of a sudden Tubular Bells comes on and you're like, I'm a little scared now. Because The Exorcist was very scary.
My kids know the theme to X-Files, and they don't know what the X-Files is, and that bothers me. That's the thing I think bothers me the most about TikTok. It's the decontextualization of everything. They have no idea what that is, but they all know it.
Chris, you still rock Return of the Mac on Fridays after work?
Oh, yeah.
Every
Go
single
to.
Friday.
No, not every
still?
Friday, but it's in the rotation of Friday jams. For
You
sure.
don't have a convertible, do you?
I don't.
That would be so perfect.
By the way, the Air Up There and the Scout came out in 1994.
Oh, the Scout.
The Scout.
I
Wow.
like the Scout.
Albert Brooks.
Yeah.
94, Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
One of the 5 best movies of all time.
My favorite movie.
Let alone the next one is Hoop Dreams. Is not one of my 5 or 10 favorite movies. I think it didn't even get nominated for best documentary, not best film,
Game changer.
not best picture. It wasn't even nominated for best documentary. The serendipity of Hoop Dreams.
It was
It was so. They were supposed to, was going to sort of study how schools use kids, but kids can use the schools too to advance themselves for scholarships and all of that. And instead, the one kid, Arthur Agee, doesn't make it at the prep school, so he has to go back to inner city Chicago.
Spoiler alert.
And
Can you spoiler alert a doc
from 30 years ago?
I mean, but the side by side of Agee versus Gates as they go and you watch Agee shrink in the classroom, and Gates emerge, but then the knee injury. What a picture! What a picture!
It was amazing.
But there's a fair amount of luck. I mean, the commitment to 4 years of following around these two kids, but then the good fortune, and not for Arthur Agee, but the fact that he has to go back to Chicago and his father. I mean, the shots at a distance of his old man dealing crack on the playground. I mean, it is, and then that Agee makes it, and they go down to Champaign for the state tournament, and as his family is walking the Illinois campus, the University of Illinois campus, it's like they're on Mars. They're like, can you believe what a place this is? Can you imagine? This is what college looks like. It's so striking, the have and have-nots of all. It is, and then, you know, the cinematic payoff that Arthur Agee is one of the critical members of the team that beats the guy. It's just the best. And then the sadness of Gates, how they use him with his knee injury and how he gets cast aside. What a picture. And then Shawshank Redemption. Yeah. Nobody's Fool. Paul Newman, wildly underrated, great small picture. Quiz Show. Dumb and Dumber. Speed. Gump, like we talk about. Speed. Cabin Boy is a gem.
Cabin Boy.
Cabin Boy.
These pipes are clean.
Real quick, calling a movie a picture, does it make it sound like you work in Hollywood, or does it just make you sound old?
That's how William David Dameshek likes to say it. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Film's the worst. Film's the worst thing to call it.
Willy Thursday.
Little Giants, also 94.
Talkies is what I call them. Hold on, was English Patient the one that won that year?
Yeah, so boring.
94? That was one of the worst.
No, Gump wins.
Gump won. Oh, English Patient was the next year, 95?
95 I have excluded from my all-time rankings. 96 is a strong year as well.
96?
Fargo, Kingpin, Bottle Rocket, Swingers, Waiting for Guffman. Another great sports documentary, When We Were Kings. You want to know why Ali is one of the most important figures of the 20th century, go watch that one. Jerry Maguire is a splendid script. Yeah. And by the way, as a side note, I have recently come around on the idea of Tom Cruise is, this sounds hyperbolic, the greatest movie star in the history of movies.
I don't think it's hyperbolic.
I think
pandering to Mike Ryan.
Yeah, second biggest Tom Cruise fan in that room.
Jesus.
I know.
96, he also came out with Mission Impossible.
By the way,
a very strong year.
I don't think that's hyperbolic.
You want to talk about movies that hold up? Watch the first Mission Impossible with my kids. They loved it.
It's so confusing.
They loved it.
That's how I feel.
I did have to explain a bunch of things. The whole double, triple, quadruple cross. And
so they didn't get it.
But they enjoyed it. Like, I thought they wouldn't enjoy it.
Not unlike the X-Files in that the theme song somehow outweighed the greatness of the TV show. In Mission Impossible's case, by a grand amount, the Mission Impossible theme so much better than the show.
My 10-year-old boy walks around singing the Jardiance theme. Take once daily Jardiance at each day start. Prescription drug commercials.
Yeah, well, we get a lot of, in my household, we get a lot of Burger King. Whopper, that one. And then what's the other one? It's another prescription
What
one.
happens if you have a structured settlement but you need cash now?
Call J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash. Yo, how crazy is that, man? It's such a
877 cash now.
It's such a like low grade, like everything about it. But the jingle is so fire that everybody knows it. It's what's between that one and 1877 cars for kids, right?
Everybody hates that one.
But you know it though. You don't matter whether you like it or not. They know it.
I don't understand. Why is it such a big deal for kids to get cars? Like, why is it? It feels like it's a movement, you know. When I hear that commercial, why do kids need cars?
And not only that, they don't even want to pay for them. They want you to donate.
Yeah,
donate the cars.
Why is it a 16-year-old, 7-year-old's right to get a car? Maybe they don't get a car.
Maybe it's not just cars anymore. You can donate boats.
Boats?
I don't get it.
Boats for kids?
That sounds unsafe.
1877 boats for kids. I guess it works. Yeah.
Speaking of cars, you know what song could play at any time growing up? It could be anywhere, and it's an absolute banger. The Knight Rider theme music.
Gotta be
top 3.
This is Michael Knight, a shadowy figure in the underworld.
Busta Rhymes made a cover out of it.
Yeah. And Timbaland too. Timbaland and Magoo did it first.
Oh yeah.
You always forget about Magoo.
Everybody forgets about Magoo.
R.I.P. passed away not too long ago.
Knight Rider was awesome.
The another theme song that was great. A-Team. Come on now.
Come on.
But like the build-up. In 1979, a crack commando team was accused of a crime they didn't commit. They retreated to the L.A. underworld where whatever.
I mean, really like the monologue in this.
Oh, I love this. Like, if you can find them, if you can afford them, maybe you can hire the A-Team. We don't have great TV show theme songs.
They don't do them
They just
anymore.
don't do 'em
For
anymore.
time, they dispense
Skip
with them.
intro. That's what happens.
Law
You
and
skip
Order
intro.
still does a classic intro, right?
I do like it. I do like the Law and Order intro in the criminal
Family
justice
Ties had a memorable one. What
That
would
was
we
a great
do,
one.
baby?
I mean, my favorite all time is Welcome Back.
Peebo Bryson?
Kotter.
Who sang it?
Sha-la-la-la.
Johnny Mathis.
Johnny Mathis.
They're not writing original pieces for theme songs anymore.
No.
Really, they just get an existing song that works well.
Even
SWAT was
commercials.
the best.
Commercials used to do original music. Big red gum, juicy fruit, that big red freshness, that's right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on while you chew it. Say goodbye, little. I told you,
longer.
it's all
Make
song
it
lyrics.
now.
Juicy Fruit was better.
We didn't have one.
Damn, you guys are old.
Juicy Fruit. It's
Juicy
gonna move
Fruit?
you.
Yes.
Double mint.
Juicy.
Double mint, double refreshment, double your fun. That's a statement from the great man of double mint.
What is
Fresh
this
makes
segment?
fresher.
Mentos.
Full of
yeah.
life.
Damn,
Mentos.
Jingles, man.
The
Fresh
Fresh
maker.
Maker.
What happened to Jingles, man?
was a banger.
All we got is 877 cash now.
The guy's like, I'm gonna lay down on this bench.
No, we are farmers.
Dum 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 dum.
All the
That's not a-
insurance
that's
companies.
not-
J.K. Simmons.
Not a-
jackal.
Yes, but
14.
that's not a good jingle.
Safe Flight.
Safe flight repair. That's not a good jingle.
There's one that's
That's
like
the best jingle.
what's a travel one? The UK travel
Get to
airliner.
holiday.
Yeah.
That's a real song though.
Travelocity.
Locally, in Desmond and Dover. It's like a law firm.
Never
It's
heard
really
of
good.
Local.
It slaps.
I'm not getting those.
Boy, I'll tell you. You want to guess what the jackal is on Rotten Tomatoes?
24%.
15.
How do you know?
I'm a good guesser.
It's
Steve
what he
Martin.
does for
Kind
a
of his
living.
lane.
Yeah. Well, he adds a podcast.
I have a podcast. It's called Cinephobe. We
All right, but
review,
it doesn't mean you're going to remember it.
we'll
No,
review
he's good
movies
at
that are
it.
poorly rated on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah, I know that,
And
yeah.
try to figure out if they're accurately rated or maybe they didn't get a fair shake. It's called Cinephobe. You get it wherever you get podcasts. It's produced by Anthony Mays. This week, guys, Highlander 2, The Quickening.
Oh,
my God.
Audience score for the jackal?
Audience score. I don't care what the audience
Okay.
I think it was probably better.
51.
What are the reviews saying about Richard Gere's accent? It's one of the worst
I
accents I've
don't
ever
think
heard.
that's going to be
I
there.
don't
No,
think-
I think it's definitely going to be there.
let
It
me
has
see if
to be
there's
the.
any. Let me
It
see.
has to be the main takeaway. The film literally falls off the second he opens his mouth.
We did Dracula 2000, and in it, Jennifer Esposito
Wait, that was the name of the movie?
Dracula 2000. The reason why that movie got made legitimately is because it was called Dracula 2000. So they greenlit it. They started filming shortly before Halloween. It started filming, like in middle of summer, and it was released December of 2000, including reshoots with Nathan Fillion that they did on Halloween. The only reason it was greenlit was because it was called Dracula 2000, so the movie had to come out before 2000 was over.
So they barely got under the wire.
Oh, my God. It is glorious. Gerard Butler as a vampire, as Dracula, and spoiler alert, as Judas.
As he does he have to bite people using the side of his mouth too?
The teeth kept breaking.
Because of how he talks.
Yeah, I think the way he talks makes him talk out the side of his mouth. But the reason I bring it up is because in that movie, Jennifer Esposito, her first scene, she's like an assistant, and she's trying to go for a British accent. And literally like 3 lines in, she's like, you know what, F this. I'm just going to start talking in my regular voice.
Really?
Yep. And the rest of the movie, she doesn't have an accent. But her first like couple lines, she's trying to go for it. And then it's like,
It
nah.
just gives. That's funny.
Just gives out. Hey, guys. Mike Ryan wants to talk about how the Clippers are called the Unction.
Have you seen this? I didn't want to talk about it the nickname reached Chris Paul because I don't know if you've seen their roster. Bunch of old heads.
The Expendables.
You have, the Unction. No. The Unction.
The Unction.
You have James Harden. You have Kawhi Leonard. You have role players like Chris Dunn. Nick Batum is out here still doing it.
Oh, because they're uncles.
Yes.
That's right.
A function that has a lot of uncles becomes an unction. It's kind of like the opposite of what Chris Cody does.
I waged a 20-year battle that I've ultimately conceded. I've waved the white flag on. They did the new uniforms. They have the new arena now in L.A. for the Clippers. For the longest time, you could win 5 titles and it's never going to be a Clippers town. It will always be a Lakers town. So you should recognize that and not be the Los Angeles anythings. You should be the Hollywood Knights with a K, but now Vegas stole that. The Hollywood Stars, the Hollywood Rhinos for the double entendre of rhinoplasty, which is popular not as much. I mean, I think that's overstated.
That would be
in LA.
hilarious. The Rhinos.
But we can work on the nickname. I once asked a bunch of Clippers, this is many moons ago, as the person who gets it right will prove. I asked a bunch of Clippers what a Clipper is. Only Chris Kaman and Sean Livingston knew the correct answer. No one else knew.
Sean Livingston, only person in NBA history to never miss a mid-range jumper.
Yeah.
100%.
Do you think this time it's going to work for the Clippers? You know, they have a roster that has got a bunch of players on it that are always hurt, but now that they're older, do you think it's finally going to work out?
Yeah, especially because they went out and got a couple of guys who got hurt a lot, too.
Now that they have an older Chris Paul, it's definitely going to work. And an older Kawhi Leonard.
Everyone's hurt. Yeah, no, this is the 17th time is the charm, as they say.
Isn't a Clipper a ship?
Correct. A fast-moving ship.
Subtle reminder to everybody. A little bit later, we're going to have a pitch clock. If your thing is, I love pitch clock, but I hate Jeremy, this is the episode for you because there is no Jeremy on this pitch clock. It's just Christopher Cody.
That's right.
Who's the guest?
I'm talking to Adnan about baseball. Jeremy gave me strict guidelines because the way pitch clock works, it's like our fun game where we're doing baseball trivia, spliced in some serious trade deadline information. He told me stick to baseball, keep it tight. Of course, I ramble a little bit with Adnan. We have some fun.
He's a rambling man.
But get your pitch clock in about 20 minutes.
Pitch clock. Izzy, I made a joke at the beginning of the show. I said, look, this is usually the time of year where there aren't a lot of sports stories, but then Sports Story said, hold my Celsius. And people were like, I mean, what does that mean? That's because there's a big news story that came out around Celsius, Izzy. Can you?
Yeah. I got Chris Cody a little confused with this one, too, because I just wrote on the board this morning, high noon equals Celsius. And he was like, what, high noon gives you energy? Like, what are you doing there? And he's like, no, so you haven't heard this story. Well, apparently the manufacturers, I guess it's the same company, right, of Celsius, accidentally put some high noons inside Celsius cans.
Oh, my God.
So it, for sale somewhere in America, in several places, are Celsius full of high noons. And the amount of, like, potential situations you can put yourself in with this is absolutely hilarious. Like, I'm thinking of some drunk dudes, like, in the gym. Like, But mostly, if you have, like, it's lawyers forever. If you have 2 empty cans of Celsius in your car right now, just keep it for life. Because if you ever get pulled over for a DUI, be like, what are you talking about? I didn't have a drink. And you just have to take a picture of yourself with the Celsius cans there. Lawyer's like, what? He didn't know he was getting drunk. Celsius folks ruined him. You can't give him a DUI for that. Like, that's another
tip on how to get out of a DUI. Didn't have that on my bingo card.
No,
Can you imagine if there was like a Miller non-alcoholic option, but it was accidentally filled with Miller Lite, so delicious and refreshing?
Miller Lite would never make that
never
mistake.
make
Never
that
make
kind of
that
mistake.
mistake. No, that's ridiculous. But no, the idea of like going to grab a Celsius and you have one, and maybe you don't really recognize the difference, and you're just like, you know what? Not really feeling the energy yet. Let me have another one.
But I feel
and
good.
You're just like, I'm still
But
not.
I don't have the energy, but I feel
Feel
good.
Let's get something's going on here, and you're just wasted off your ass at work. It's like, what happened? It's
Unless
10
you pull a
a.m.
grapefruit.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Let's
none
be
of that stuff
honest.
really
No one likes the grapefruit one.
Nobody.
You ever go to a get together and they have the cooler out there? You're late to the party. It's all grapefruit.
I've never had a Celsius. Do they taste? Is it fizzy? Like, could they
There's
be?
some-
Could
most
they
of
be
them are
mistaken?
fizzy.
Like, could you drink it and get some high noon and be like,
here.
oh, this is just
How bad are your sinuses? Possibly.
I was going to say, with the amount of people that have been affected by COVID over the last several years, I'm sure they could pass with a handful of people. David Sampson probably couldn't taste the difference, right?
Those hard seltzers are very hard to detect the booze in them. I wrote on the Man Show many moons ago, and I used to pitch that we would get a non-alcoholic keg or a couple of non-alcoholic kegs and take them to a frat house as a social experiment to watch the guys act like they're drunk. I would like.
That would be amazing.
Whoa, I'm feeling that, man.
Hey, man, I've always thought you were hot, man. Maybe it's just the beer talking.
There's some filet mignon there.
Let me kiss your forehead.
True story. The first time I had White Claw, I did not know it was alcohol infused. So I was drinking it with vodka. I was like, oh, there's a chaser. And I was like, wow, man, I didn't think I put that much in it, but all right. And like maybe, and I think Mike Golick Jr. was at the party I was at when this happened. He was like, because he was the one like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, no, I'm just using it as a mixer.
You're ahead of your time. People do that.
You thought this was a trend of just terrible,
I thought it was just
sparkling
I thought
water?
it was like LaCroix. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was like, oh, this one's called White Claw. All right. And I didn't. It was like, I remember him spinning the can and pointing to the proof on it, like, oh my God, this has 5% alcohol by volume.
I've got people losing their jobs, their careers, getting DUIs on the way
Over
to work
Celsius.
just because they wanted a little energy kick. That is quite unfortunate.
You know what the moral of the story is? Metric system, evil. Wouldn't happen with a drink called Fahrenheit, I tell you that. Fahrenheit would have got it right. Celsius, bad.
North, 1994.
That's a bad movie.
Zach. Well,
Oh, that's
Cinephobe.
your co-host on Cinephobe.
Oh, Cinephobe.
Wow,
man.
Interview with a Vampire and the Crow was also 1994. Ed Wood.
Ed Wood?
Don Juan DeMarco File.
That was a good one.
That's a great one.
That was a good one.
Drop Zone.
Drop Zone.
Drop Zone.
Wesley.
Gary Busey.
Look, 90 was Money Train 94? Wesley might have had a year, man.
I mean,
No, 94.
95 probably.
We talked about this before the show yesterday, I think. You know who has an argument to 1994? It may not even be Jim Carrey.
Who's that?
It might be Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Tommy Lee Jones had 6 pictures.
6 pictures.
He played Ty Cobb that year.
Yeah, he did.
Never seen that one.
He was in Blown Away.
Yep, I remember that one.
The Client, I think, was also in there. Yeah.
Mike, could you grab Chris's phone real quick and tell me what he just searched? Oh, I've never seen him so embarrassed before.
94 also has Natural Born Killers, Bullets Over Broadway, Lion King, Reality Bites, The Hudsucker Proxy, a little underrated. Not a bad picture.
Tim Robbins? Was that
Tim
Newman,
Robbins,
yeah.
that's how, yeah. Paul Newman's in it.
Yeah.
And they all talk in mid-century accents. Look here, bub.
Yeah, see?
You're the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, and so on. Time Cop, True Lies.
Time Cop. Let me tell you something about Time Cop, man.
True Lies.
If there's
Lion
ever
King.
been
Lion
a
King.
Yeah, Steve Martin
Steve
also.
Martin.
No, I was just hammering it home.
Yeah, me too.
Let me just say
Triple
something.
down.
Let me just say something about Time Cop, man. If ever there was a premise for a movie that needed to be, they're rebooting The Running Man. I'm like, no, Running Man was fine. You don't need to reboot that one, right? They reboot all the good stuff. I'm like, no, take Time Cop. Because it wasn't as good as it should have been. It should have been nothing but heists across centuries and him trying to track down and eventually piecing together that it's the evil senator who then changed it so that he could be president of the United States in the future, which, by the way, I kind of feel like that's what's happened.
You are exactly right, though, Amin. They have it upside down. They take the ones that work because they want the floor to be as high as possible. So we know people like that movie before, so let's make it again. But they're doing it backwards. Right. The good premise for a movie, but poorly executed.
Exactly.
Groundhog Day, you never need to remake because it's a high concept. And if you go through it in your mind, they basically explore everything you would do if you were dropped into that scenario.
So we hired yet another movie guy.
Well, this is my thing. This is my thing when it comes to reboots. Once upon a time, movies got rebooted all the time. All the time. Scarface wasn't original. There was a Scarface in 1930, whatever.
A Star is Born.
Star is Born, right? Like, you could reboot movies and people wouldn't really notice, right? But nowadays, it's like they're making a point of the IP. Like, no, remember this thing? We're doing it again. Like, no, be subtle with it. Heaven Can Wait was a reboot. And then it got rebooted again after that with Head of State. And it's like, these are all reboots. They're the same story told different ways. Bring me back there. You know what? I'm all right with you doing Ghostbusters again. Just don't call it Ghostbusters. Call it something completely different.
What about Ghost?
The Buster of Ghosts.
Bustin'.
Side
Buster
note,
makes me feel
you know
good.
what they do need to update at some point? Because people revere the movie so much. I think it's mostly because of Nicholson, but The Departed to me is the most overrated 21st century movie.
You have my brother.
It is all based on cell phones, so it's outmoded already. It makes no sense if you're not. I mean, everything pivots off of the cell phones and who's making the call from where. But two, Jack Nicholson is a criminal mastermind.
Yes.
Running
Say
a
it.
very small crew.
Yes.
That has been with him for a long time, save one youngster, 20 years younger than everybody else in the crew. He just made the scene, but I don't think he's the mole. I think it's the guy who's been on the crew for 20 years.
I like the cut of this young man's
The
jib.
hell?
Right, there's that.
He
There,
knew his uncle and dad.
But he beat up the guy in the bar.
that's true. And everything after that is cream
Prune juice?
cheese.
Was it prune juice?
Can't be the new
Cranberry,
guy
right?
that tried to be a cop.
Cranberry juice.
Then the next thing is, I'm the leader of a massive criminal enterprise, one of the biggest mobs in Boston. But I'm going to be hands-on on all these murders and drug dealings and what? Where's this
If they're
at?
going to catch anybody, they're going to catch me.
And then
He
finally,
explains that.
Finally.
He's like, I don't need to have sex anymore either.
yeah.
I like it.
There's one last thing. It's like, this is Jack Nicholson dying in that movie.
Oh, God.
It reminded me of Bobby J. Thompson in Role Models, pretending to die when they're playing, what do you call it, when they're LARPing. It's the same, overacting. I'm like, what are we doing? And then to put the cherry on top, in case you didn't know that this was cinema and not just a regular movie, we'll have a rat run across the screen.
Yeah. Didn't get the reference. Marion Cotillard's death scene in Dark Knight Rises would like a word.
Nothing beats The Departed. Nothing beats The
Well,
Departed.
some wild overacting by a high-end thespian. We were just talking back here about Rounders. Malkovich's performance and that, you get me and his money. What the hell accent are you doing there,
Russian.
Mr. Oscar?
He beat me.
You beat me.
Look,
How often were those impressions done in Gilbert's game? Like, that's every hand, right? At least once?
It's in Gilbert's game for sure.
Let me get
But
some Oreos.
I rewatched Rounders last year, and I was like, man, I thought that Malkovich killed this assignment when I was younger, and then I rewatched it. I'm like, this movie survives and somehow persists above this terrible performance.
Norton's great in that.
Yeah, fantastic.
Malkovich is. I think about his roles. I wonder, maybe we were a little too excited. He's a great actor, but also it's like it's a lot of the same character over and over.
Oh, Con Air is the same character.
Well, that's his greatest role.
Is it?
Con Air.
Yes,
Being
even
Jo-
better than being John
Being
Malkovich.
John Malkovich is his greatest role. He played himself over and over again
No, Con Air, Cyrus the Virus.
because
He's a thespian.
Yeah, he's a thespian.
And one of the more inexplicable deaths in cinematic history. He's on Fremont Street on a fire engine on a ladder, gets flung from it, somehow lands on this conveyor belt, and then gets a pile driver straight to the face.
Oh, yeah.
What are the chances? And I don't know if you've been to Fremont Street. I have. There isn't a junkyard nearby that I can be flung to.
Well, it was 1997. I always try to keep that in mind. Whenever I see movies set in Vegas, and oddly enough, set here, like older movies, I'm always like, okay, it wasn't like we reviewed The Pest on Cinephobe maybe it was last year.
I love that movie.
I tried out for that.
Terrible movie.
Auditioned.
I love that
Did you
movie.
for what role?
A role
The kid
that
at the playground?
a role at a fair that ended up being cut from the film anyway.
The kids he beats in basketball?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. That would be funny. That's Mike Ryan right there. Yeah.
Or maybe they changed it to that scene, but there was a scene where he goes to a fair and does like pop a shot.
Oh, yeah. Well, he does the thing where he's scamming people. He's at like a crowded fair where he's doing like the cup
He's
game.
scamming people at the fair, but
Oh,
the
the youth fair,
basketball scene was him walking past the school, and he plays basketball. But
For their lunches. He
there's-
beats them in basketball and takes all their lunches.
there's scenes.
The script that I got was different.
There's scenes shot right here in downtown Miami, like on Flagler and stuff. I'm like, oh, I know that, and it looks so clean,
Super different.
so clean. And I was like, where's this? What is this place? It's crazy. So
I
like,
can assure you it wasn't actually clean back then. It's a lot
Oh, they-
cleaner now. They cleaned it up.
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, where?
Dude, down this area in particular, my car is was broken into routinely going to Miami
school?
Heat games.
Oh, yeah.
Routinely. This area is so
this is
much
it being
different than it
nicer?
was. Yes, it's safer. It's safer than it was just 6 years ago. All the new construction
I guess
just
so, yeah.
just got all the people that would break into your cars out and moved over to another place, I guess.
Compare and contrast, we did Once Bitten, a very, very early Jim Carrey movie, right?
I love that film.
And the early scenes, they're in Hollywood. They're on Hollywood Boulevard. And I was like, it was a hole back then, too? Like, I thought, like, in the 80s, it must have been really nice and classy. Like, nope.
No.
Hole filled with weirdos. That's
And
Hollywood
drugs.
Boulevard.
When you mentioned auditioning, Mike, it made me think of a random thing that, you know how when you searching through your phone, searching through your photos, I don't know about you, I don't really organize my photos very well. I got to start from the very top and start looking. Well, at the very top of my phone, for whatever reason, amongst the first 10 pictures, is you as a child in a Burger King ad with the Así lo quiero.
Yeah, that
right?
was a national.
Yeah.
That was a national commercial.
Yeah,
That
and
made
I
good money
can't
there.
remember if you talked about this stuff on the air on
Yeah,
this
'cause
show before.
He has, because I know he can't speak Spanish, but he
Right.
can deliver that
that's
one
why
line.
that's why I went by Mike Ryan for so long on the air as opposed to Mike Ryan Ruiz, because racism.
You also have a tough time winking. Is that still the case?
That's a still.
Yeah.
Buddy,
Wink for us right now.
If
Give
I
us a wink.
may, the audition was the wink. All right, so
That's the
clearly
closest.
I was doing something right with the wink that they wanted.
Give us a wink.
Well, I mean, it's been so long.
Don't put pressure on it. He'll wink when he's ready.
I was just going to tell Amin to tell them in the back that I sent Fuentes the photo, but now that everybody's looking at me, we'll do this.
Yeah.
Fuentes, the photo's in your text.
I think you pointed at me. I thought something was going to happen.
Yeah, the only movie auditions were for Miami specific things or Latin roles, and I got really frustrated by that.
I think it was the eyebrows.
And
Being pigeonholed.
I was.
So the name change helped out?
It worked out for me professionally.
Yeah?
Yeah, the name change did work. I'll be straight up. I had a program director that looked at me like I had two heads when he found out that he could start putting me on Dos Amigos.
Probably still in prison.
Like I felt that. No, I knew I was justified by going Mike Ryan professionally for a while.
Well, even like in the radio business?
Yeah, in the radio business.
That's
I'm
amazing.
actually now
In
I'm proud of
Miami?
our like one of our great legacies is that I can go by Mike Ryan Ruiz now because this show got so popular. But
Wow,
no,
that was a thing.
dude. Yeah,
In this market?
yeah, it's why I went by Mike Ryan because I was in the entertainment business before. I was
No.
like, I know how they treat me, and I got to radio, and hell yeah, they would have treated me the exact same way.
Dave, you ever felt like you had to change your name to make it?
Dameshek?
Yeah. Dameshek. That's
I may change it after this morning.
Dameshek,
After
fool.
after the attack, the senseless attack by Amin.
Well, Billy
I may
Corbin-
have no choice.
Billy Corbin had to do the same thing. His actual name is Billy Cohen.
Really?
Yeah. Because I
feel like Cohen's
because
a-
he's Jewish. I think
John
that's the reason.
Stewart uses a stage name.
What's Jon Stewart's real name?
John Stewart's real last name?
It's very Yiddish sounding. Yeah,
Yeah, because I feel like Cohen is not that like there's a million Cohens out there. Like Cohen is not a
lot like Gregory, was it P. Cody that he tried to throw out there?
Yeah, he thought about dropping it in his byline.
As I don't have a middle name, so early on in my byline years, I was like, should I add like an X middle name or something or a Q? Just never really came up with
IXG.
it.
That would have been your initials. That would have been IXG. Oh man.
Jonathan Stewart Leibowitz.
Yeah, Leibowitz.
Leibowitz. Yeah. See that one? Like okay.
It's his middle name, Stewart.
Yeah.
Spelled differently, though.
Dameshek came to a head in third grade, really, for me. That's when really my peers seized on it because it had a bad word in it.
Damn.
Damn, you got a bad word in your last name. Like, stop it. Nah. Like, yeah, damn people who live in a shack. And I'd be like, stop doing that to me. And it's spelled differently. It's not like the bad word. It's like the one that stops water. But they didn't care.
Dave, check
That's
out
how I
that
became
photo.
Shek for the rest of my life. People have called me Shek.
Shaq, check out that photo behind you.
How long did you get free Burger King for this? How'd this work?
I actually got
You doubt his winking
I got
ability.
other commercials
They
for
pay,
Burger
they
King.
paid him in Burger King.
I had there's a speaking role. I think Reddit found it. There was a commercial that I did with Christina that was a big national commercial
Guapo
for
con
Crest.
queso?
Crest?
Yeah, sí son muy feos. That was my line for that one. I was being asked by a disembodied voice about cavities. Sí son muy feos.
Roy, did you ever have anyone make fun of your name when you were in school?
The whole rhyming situation, Roy Boy,
Roy Boy.
yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
For me, it was a lot of oh, do you know what I mean? Oh, you're a mean person. And then I do that a lot of times when I'm introducing myself because I don't give my full name, but I do explain to people, yes, my name's Amin. Like, yes, like I'm a mean person. Like, you know what I mean? I do that one a lot. My dad does one to me, which is weird because he does it to me. He says, Amin El hasn't. That's like whenever I'm like, as you clean it, I clean this one. Amin El hasn't, as usual. I'm like, oh,
that means that was used on him when he was growing up, and he's just got to pass it down.
That'd be a good title for a bit. You know what, Amin? And then you go into the bit like, hey, you know what? This happened.
Or maybe like a guest appearance on God Bless Football. I mean, El has it or El hasn't?
Yeah.
There's something on the preview they're going to tell me is Mike Ryan, but I don't believe it.
Yes.
Also, is that Robin Hood? What are you starring in?
Oh, we have the video now. Let's play it, guys. Hit it.
They're going to get to it in a
It
second.
Almost.
See, I hit my
They got to
cues.
switch, Here we go. And there's no sound in the video.
Classic.
That looked like you're cussing there.
Hey, how about them? They got that fast, though.
It looked like you were cussing.
Looked like you were calling that little girl's teeth ugly.
Christina.
I actually called her a motherfucker.
Yeah, you did.
Welcome to the Pitch Clock. Here's the pitch. A two-part baseball segment combining a nostalgic baseball trivia game and an interview with an expert. This is the Pitch Clock. Welcome to this week's episode of the Pitch Clock. And if you've been listening to the show this week, you might realize or know that I'm not actually in studio. So this is me from the past saying hello to you in the future. The reason I'm not there is for what I believe is a pretty special cause. So I'm a counselor at a 9-day sleepaway summer camp for children with cancer called Camp Fiesta. This is our 40th anniversary of Camp Fiesta, and my family's been involved since the very beginning. My uncle was their first director. Camp Fiesta is the greatest camp in the history of the world. It says so on our t-shirts. And the reason that's the case is every single one of these kids comes back year after year for free. And a really special place for a whole bunch of kids who are going through hell to show up and feel as normal as they possibly can for 9 days out of their year. But we almost never even talk about the fact that anyone there actually is either going through treatment or is recently in remission. Every single one of our counselors is a former camper. They're all people who had childhood cancer, beat it, in some cases multiple times, and now are living their lives as adults and make time, no matter what's going on, to come back to Camp Fiesta and be a part of the Camp Fiesta family. So if you've heard all of that and you're like, hey, Jeremy, how can I help make these summer sessions even better? You can donate. CampFiesta.com/donate is where, if it's $1, if it's 50 cents, every single cent counts. And I can promise you it all goes directly to the cause. We spend a lot of money on making sure that these kids have the time of their lives. We take them to all the parks in Orlando. We go to the beach. We go bowling. We go to movies. We do Everglades boat ride tours. There's all sorts of different things. So if you've been listening to this, thank you for listening to my spiel. But here's the good news for you. Chris Cody's stepping in this week, and he's going to conduct our interview with Adnan Virk. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for constantly consuming the Pitch Clock. Thank you for supporting Camp Fiesta, and I will see you all next week. Chris Cody is going for 5 straight victories over me in Taylor's Trivia.
How about it?
That's him. Taylor's here as well. We're going to get right into this trivia on this week of the Pitch Clock, and I don't feel good. Taylor, tell us what's going on here.
The game today is 3 strikes and you're out. You guys could flip those papers. The list in front of you guys is 23 unique players that have hit 31 plus home runs by the All-Star break. Players are only listed once, so even if they achieved it multiple times, you're only going to see their highest mark.
Love that. All right.
I love that.
I just don't want some. I'm just prefacing that because I know somebody's going to guess somebody twice.
For sure.
Jeremy, we'll let you go first. Start us off.
Because I've had such a terrible time with this lately. All right, let's stick with. I'm going to start right at the top. with the Mariners, 38. That's not the most. The most is 39 for the Giants in 2001. We all know who that is. But it's happening right now. Cal Raleigh.
So
Big dumper. There's three 2025 guys, so that kind of gives an advantage to Jeremy because I'm pretty sure he's watching baseball still.
Whoa, relax.
I am.
It actually just helped me because I was like not really paying attention to that. I'll go 2025 just to shut you guys up a little bit. Aaron Judge.
There you go. 35 home runs. Aaron Judge.
All rise.
1998, St. Louis Cardinals, my favorite player of all time, Mark McGwire.
That is correct.
He had 37 home runs before the break that year. Obviously, that's the year where it was, well, I'm not going to mention the other thing.
Diamondbacks, Eugenio Suarez.
Good for you. I will count that. Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, it's not how you say it, but I'll give it to you.
His friends call him Eugenio.
There's a G in there.
Eugene. I'm going to stick with my favorite year there. So I'm going to go down to 33 home runs in 1998, the Chicago Cubs. That's Sammy Sosa.
It is Sosa. There's one more 98 on this list.
I wonder who
that
there
could
is. Be. Thank you for pointing another helpful.
I mean, Taylor, enough of
you.
This guy doesn't pay attention to detail.
No, first of all, you don't like. I clearly was like, where 98 Sosa. I was like, okay, where is it? There it is. Like, come on. I'm gonna go 2021 Angels Mike Trout.
That's gonna be Chris's first strike.
Poop. Adnan Verk, welcome back to the pitch clock. I'm not going to do a Jeremy impression. I thought about putting glasses on, but it's not going to happen.
That's like a limited Jeremy Taché. I like it, Cody. I think with a little bit of workshopping, we can kind of get there. But the deliberate kind of pausing, the pensive look in your face, we've got something there.
As much as I want to troll Jeremy, I'm really proud of what he's built here. So I'm going to respect this. It's deadline day. As of right now, give me the most impactful move so far of the trade deadline.
The most impactful move, the most impactful bet, Eugenio Suarez they get from the Arizona Diamondbacks. They give up 3 prospects, including some kid named Locklear, not related to Heather. Apparently he's a pretty good first baseman, whatever. Prospects are suspects, who cares? You go ahead and you get Suarez. This guy is 5th right now with 36 home runs. He's got 87 RBIs, which leads the National League. And now this offense is pretty legit. Like, Raleigh is the MVP favorite, especially with Judge out right now. He's on pace for 63 home runs, which would eclipse Judge's American League record of 62. Arenas an all-star. Julio Rodriguez is an all-star. And you're adding Suarez now to those bats, and like, Seattle can bang. And of course, he just got Josh Naylor from Arizona. So Naylor's a guy I love. Pride of Mississauga, Ontario. He's hitting .292 this season. And now you're adding Suarez. Big time move by Seattle. I just hope they can now make the playoffs and hopefully win that division away from Houston.
I was told to stick to baseball here, but could you have a bigger poster of Casablanca behind you? Is it possible?
The Casablanca poster is unbelievable, and I've also got the Pacino Godfather too. But the way it's framed, my head's obscuring it. But the whole downstairs, Cody, it's revamped brilliantly. I mean, since we were doing Cinephile, it was just a skeleton basement in here. Now I've got movie posters adorned everywhere, and yes,
it looks wealthier. Your basement looks wealthier than it used to. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, it's been seriously revamped. You're right. You would have thought when I had Cinephile, it'd be better. Go ahead.
stick to baseball. Most surprising move thus far of the trade deadline.
Well, it's the one that I'm like, I don't really get is the Reds and getting Ke'Bryan Hayes. Now, Ke'Bryan Hayes, I'm sure, is a great guy. He's a great defender. There's no question about it. Defensive run save, this guy is lights out. And Terry Francona, who I love, the manager said he might be the best defender in baseball. But Cody, he can't hit worth a you-know-what. I mean, this guy's offense is dreadful. He is a 64 OPS plus. Reds third basemen are hitting .650 so far this year. That's their OPS. Ke'Bryan Hayes hitting .660. Like, how is that an improvement? Like, his offense is awful. And he's due $7 million each of the next 2 seasons, then $8 million each of the next 2 seasons after that. So, like, you're really kind of committing almost $30 million over the next 4 years. Again, if he could hit, he's a good player. But the guy can't hit worth anything. Like, he's a clearly one-dimensional player. It's like Kevin Kiermaier. All those years with the Rays, I'm like, you're giving him $10 million a year? I'm like, maybe. Like, I guess if he's that good defensively. But to me, the Reds, they're in a dogfight right now trying to make the playoffs. They're fighting right now the San Diego Padres for that final wild card spot. And they could have used offense. They could have used Suarez as a former Red. By the way, Suarez formerly played with the Mariners as well, so he's familiar with what he's getting in Seattle. But that, to me, like, Ke'Bryan Hayes, I'm sure he's a good dude. It's a relatively good contract if indeed he performs. But his bat is atrocious, even as good a defender as he is.
Well, I'm going to go 1998 Seattle Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr.
That is correct.
Shout out being 3 years old and falling in love with baseball. special.
2009 Albert Pujols, Cardinals.
Nice.
Yep, with 32.
Yeah, that's a
by
good
the
one.
break.
That's a very good one. This is where we start to at least ask some questions. Oh.
Yeah, I just realized one too.
Well,
yeah.
I'll just knock out the one at the top.
Yep.
I'll knock out the one at the top. 39, 2001. That's Barry Bonds. Might as well.
Oh, I thought you were going the
single.
other top.
I know the other one too.
Surprisingly, still on the board, Barry Bonds, but that is correct.
That's like Ichiro being on the board last week and me not going to it. I'm just trying to not strike out
See,
at this
1961 Yankees, I've seen 61 a bunch of times, and there's two guys who are going there for this race. I just don't remember like if one of them got off to a hotter start than the other. But I'm just going to go with the guy that ended up doing it. I'm going to go Roger Maris, 33 home runs in 61.
It is Roger
point.
Maris.
Attaboy. Well done.
Because Mantle and they were neck and neck for a lot of the season.
Yeah, but that was the right move.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for that one. The first person to leave this century.
Yeah.
All right, well then I'll go ahead and knock it. I'm just going to keep trying to go from the top down if I can. So 2013 Baltimore Orioles with 37 home runs. That is one of the worst contracts of all time, Chris Davis.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Please be wrong.
It is Chris Davis.
Oh, thank God.
See,
Okay. For just a second, your face made me very concerned.
You thought that was a hard one? Taylor? I thought that was, yeah. Let's just go with what it needs. I mean, who else could this be? 1994 White Sox, the Big Hurt.
Yeah, it has to be, right? That's one of
It
the
is
ones
the Big
I felt.
Hurt, Frank Thomas.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I felt confident about, which is now I'm a little nervous. I'm going to skip over the A's for now. At 37 in 1969. And I'm going to go ahead and go down to 2001. There's 35 home runs, Arizona Diamondbacks. That's Luis Gonzalez.
Yeah.
It is Luis Gonzalez.
Man, these mid-2000s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some strange ones. I have one that
I'm going to go Willie Mays, 54. In 1954, 31
I think you're right.
That is right. Chris Cody,
well
holding
done.
serve.
Really good job. Really good job. 1969 Oakland A's, Reggie Jackson.
Mr. October. It is Reggie Jackson.
Woo! 37 homers. Man, that sounds like he was Mr. April, May, and March. Or May and June.
No, that's Aaron Judge.
Yeah, that's true.
Most underrated move with high upside thus far of the trade deadline.
Well, I'll give you a few. I don't know if it's underrated because I think people know that Yohan Duran's an impact guy, but he throws 100-mile-an-hour fastball, Cody, and a curveball, slider, which is like in the mid-80s. Like, he's an absolutely filthy reliever. And the Philadelphia Phillies knew they had to do something big because of the fact that, in terms of their bullpen, just hasn't been there. Their bottom 5 worst bullpen overall in baseball. Alvarado is their closer, but got dinged for the PED, so he's back late August, but he can't pitch to the postseason. So that's a real concern for them. They signed Jordan Romano from the Blue Jays this past offseason. He has really struggled. So go out and get Duran from the Twins. To me, that's a big-time move. They've obviously got a top-heavy rotation with Zach Wheeler and Sanchez and Suarez. You never know what you're going to get with Jesus Luzardo, but offensively, Schwarber's having an unbelievable season. Bryce Harper's really turned it around. So I think Duran for the Phillies is a really important move. Dombrowski's always fearless when it comes to making moves like that. I think the Mets did a decent job by getting Helsley from the Cardinals, who was their closer a year ago with St. Louis and was still the closer this year at 21 saves, but not nearly as good as last year. I looked up opponents hitting 406 off of Helsley's fastball this year. That's brutal. So hopefully the number one will be a little bit better there in Queens. They also got Rogers. And one more I'll give you, since your question really was phrased as under the radar. I'll go Ryan McMahon, just for Taylor. Now you say, well, how could the Yankees be under the radar? Only because everyone thought they would get Suarez, and instead they get McMahon, who, at least by the numbers, has been a below-average offensive player, but he's outstanding defensively. Not quite Key Brian Hayes, but he's in that realm. And all of a sudden, he solves the fact that the Yankees have had a black hole at third base. He's a great defender. You got to think offensively he'd be better than what he's shown in Colorado, and so far he's done that. He's been a good hitter for the Yankees, and he's under contract for the next couple of seasons at an affordable price. So under the radar, I thought Brian Cashman did a good job getting Ryan McMahon.
All right, as we sit here at 8 a.m. on Thursday, a few hours left in the trade deadline, give me a prediction, something that may have even already happened by the time this airs, something we can make fun of you for if you're insanely wrong about it. Call your shot here. What's going to happen the rest of the day?
Well, there's got to be some starting pitchers getting moved here. So far, we've seen the bullpen guys and the big names obviously being Duran and Helsley. And Clase's not going anywhere because of the fact he's not been placed on paid leave. Otherwise, he would have been a big guy. Love the Jays getting Sir Anthony Dominguez, by the way. So the biggest bat's Eugenio Suarez. We need a starter, Cody. So I'll say Mitch Keller. Since you're wearing a Pirates hat, I'll say Mitch Keller gets dealt. And I'll also throw in Edward Cabrera, just for the Marlins. Everyone has said he's the most coveted guy out there. I don't think Sandy Alcantara gets traded. He's not had a good season, as you are well aware. Why would the Marlins trade him? Wait till the offseason, get a better deal for him. So Edward Cabrera gets dealt by the Marlins, and I believe Mitch Keller gets dealt by the Pirates. Those two big starting pitchers will get dealt. Who knows? As you said, they could be dealt by the time this airs.
Adnan wrote a book, Cinephile. It comes out August 26th. We're going to have you on later to promote it, but just look at that thing. Oh, looks glorious. Thank you, Adnan. We love you.
Thanks, Cody. You're the best, buddy. Love you, and look forward to being on the pod to promote Cinephile August 26th. Let's go.
Which one is it? There's two. I'm going to go Red Sox 2006. Manny Ramirez.
Second strike for Chris Cody.
All right. Well, then I feel like I have to go after that one.
You're going to go Bill Miller?
So I'm not like I'm worried.
Trot Nixon?
I'm just worried.
Remember that good first half Trot had?
It's not Trot Nixon. It's not Bill Miller. It's not Johnny Damon.
Jason Varitek had a great first half one year.
I feel like I have to now go with David Ortiz, Big Papi.
It is David Ortiz.
Thank God.
Not Mark Bellhorn.
I was nervous for a
he
second.
He was more of a power guy.
know?
That was such a dumb guess.
Oh, that feels good.
I
All
should
right.
have just saved it because I had other guesses here. Like
I
that
just
one
want
was
you
clearly
guys to
50-50.
know that if I don't win this, we might never record a pitch clock ever.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of the pitch clock, root for me. If you hate the sound of my voice, which I know is a chunk of you,
I do.
Maybe you'll get lucky.
All right, cool. I feel like this is probably this is one of these guys that I know he had a good time for this team, but whether it was 2008, 11, or 16, that those 10 years just kind of blend together for me. I'll go. Man, but then another guy just popped in my head. Blue Jays, 2011, Vernon Wells.
That's going to be the game Jeremy's going to win. It's not Vernon Wells.
Who's the Blue Jay? Do you know?
I'm not sure who the Blue Jay is. I'm not.
Wait, who was the other person that popped in my head? Whatever, tell me who it was. Who was the Blue Jay?
Joey Bats.
Oh,
Jose
of
Bautista.
course
That
it
makes
was.
so much sense.
Can I guess a couple others before we wrap here?
Crime Dog, 99.
For the Rays.
No.
I can tell you, I think 2019 Milwaukee Brewers, that's Christian Yelich, right? That's David Sampson's favorite?
It is Yelly.
So that's Yelly. I'm assuming, and I just don't know which year, between 94 and 89, one of those is Willie McCovey, right?
No.
Is one of them Will Clark?
Nope.
Who were the
really?
Two, who were the
Thank
two
God
Giants?
I didn't guess those
1989,
two guys.
1994. Who are the two Giants?
So the 94 Giant is Matt Williams.
Oh.
The 89 Giant is Kevin Mitchell.
Oh my God, I never
And
would have
then-
gotten either of those.
Who's the 79 Philly?
Mike
Schmidt?
Oh.
Okay.
Who was the Angel?
So the
was
Angel,
the Angel the guy? It wasn't the third baseman that they signed and got.
Rendon?
It wasn't Rendon.
No.
He
No.
I think he played 31 games for them total.
I'm trying to think of who it would be. It wouldn't be Shohei, right? Like, he didn't do that, did he? You
Shohei.
kidding me?
Oh, it's
Shohei Ohtani?
That makes sense, actually. It's only 4 years ago. I'm done.
You're kidding me. He had 34 homers before the break. How is that something?
Who was the Devil
This
Ray?
guy.
That's the last one on my list, it seems.
Yeah.
So the Senator in 1969 was Frank Howard. The Angel, we mentioned Ohtani. And then the Devil Ray in 1999.
Wade
Fan
Boggs.
of the show.
Wade Boggs.
Or former friend of the show.
Oh.
Was he ever a friend of the show?
Jose Canseco?
Jose Canseco?
Jose Canseco!
wow.
Get out of here.
Damn.
Anytime
The
we could
streak
talk
is
about
over.
the great Jose. Oh, thank God I finally got one off the schneid. And with no strikes. That's about a perfect game, folks. I'll take it. Let's see what happens next week.
All right, it's time for Thursday Thunders. It's presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Juju, go ahead.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, Juju.
Congratulations to all the millionaires that took place in Thursday Thunder last week.
Rich.
Meet me at the strip club, baby. Tonight, we're going to keep it going.
Probably invest a little
First
bit.
leg, we're going with the Mystics. The Washington Mystics. Some call them the Sticks. Brittany Sykes, 14 points. I'm going over 14 points for my sister, Brittany Sykes, tonight. She got that look in her eyes, and boy, we all know what that means. It means she going to get 14.
Thunder.
At least. Second leg, I'm sticking with the sticks.
Yay.
Kiki Iria fan.
Kiki.
Over 12 points tonight.
You love
know, her
me.
and my sister. You
Are you
feel
scoring?
yes, she will be.
I like to call him the Mist.
The Mist. Well, that's another team. That's an unrivaled team. Salute to the unrivaled team, the Mist. They missed the playoffs as well. Neither here nor there.
Got their asses.
Hakeem Nicks, where are you?
Well, yeah, man, I'm going over on Kiki's points tonight. 12 points in her sleep. Scooby Snacks. Last leg, I'm sticking with the sticks.
Yeah.
And I'm sticking with Kiki
Stick
for
talk.
over 8 rebounds tonight, man. Come on, man. She got to get it tonight. She got the look in her eyes as well. So I'm going big stick talk tonight. Lock it in. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Hell yeah. Juju, we've had ourselves a show today. A lot of stuff to get to, a lot of things to reminisce about. But you got a couple of top fives for us, as well as a bunch of polls, because we didn't do polls yesterday. Which one of these top fives do you want to start with, Juju?
Man, watching the show today put me in just a nostalgic place, man. Y'all talked about so much nostalgia. My dog Dave Dameshek, we mentioned the NHL '94. It made me think, okay, top video games from my childhood, no matter what. I'm just gonna go top games that got me excited.
Good
you
list.
feel me?
Good list.
OLI number 1, Streets of Rage.
Great fighting game.
Right.
Great
you
fighting
just turn
game.
in a circle and hope somebody gets into your circumference.
Yep.
Because if they do, stick talk. OLI number 2, Lemmings, the computer game.
I don't remember. What was Lemmings?
You got to dig a hole and people just keep walking and just keep walking. And you got to make them all walk to the end of the line.
I do remember that game. Yes, I didn't know the name of it, but I remember that game.
Great game. Also, OLI, my brother Dave, NHL '94. When you come around that curve and you hit somebody and you make the blood come out of their head, injury. Not for kids, not suitable in this 17. Number 5, GoldenEye.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
Great game.
That was a game that made the, was it GameCube? Not GameCube. What was it? The N64.
N64. Slappers only.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 4, Street Fighter 2. Hadouken. No explanation needed.
Nope.
Number 3, the game at the game room where you go and hit the alligators.
The whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole, yeah.
Now I'm angry, and they all come at you. Holy
Aren't they moles?
Yeah, but down here we had the gator variant.
Yes. Number 2.
Not a whole lot of moles in Florida.
Cruising USA.
I hate that game. I hate that game so much,
Cruising
man.
USA.
I hate that game so much. No matter where the finish line or the time check line is, I'm 3 seconds behind it.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Tough game.
Hate it.
Number 1, I had a tie between Mortal Kombat 2 and Doom on the computer. It ain't right if it ain't on the PC.
Speaking of computer, can I throw you a little Duke Nukem?
Oh.
I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
My older cousins
And I'm
used to
all
play-
out of gum.
My older cousins played that, and I thought they were so cool. I was like,
dude,
man,
I
I
go
wanna
back to Contra. On Nintendo.
Nice.
Time, man.
Izzy'll know my favorites. Dig Dug, Joust, Centipede, the highly underrated sport karate champ.
Dig Dug?
Point.
So good.
Half point.
Dig Dug.
Full point. And the best sports game, maybe, really, right up there with NHL '94, track and field. It was an arcade game, and it had a rolly ball thing, and you had different disciplines within the same game. It was sort of like Tron, the video game. There were 4 different things you would go do, ride the motorcycles and all. But track and field, you did all the events. Some of them required the rolly ball. Some of them, you had to have rhythm.
It was Wii before
the
Wii.
pad, yeah.
Hit me for Legend of Zelda too, Roy.
I like it. Also hit Dante Jones with Joker of the Summer behind Bob Griffin III. What was that? Why are you doing that? Like, what's the motivation behind that move, Dante? Salute to you, Coach.
Let's
I see
just
you.
say
though.
that if ever you're about to go into an elevator at a hotel, you're on camera.
I'm seeing this for the first
You're
time
on
now.
camera.
You haven't seen this.
I've heard it described. Let me see. Okay,
Yeah.
he looks.
Smell
Oh, the
hard.
smell.
Look what unbelievable.
A little, and he's like
Is he
writing
cleaning-
his.
Is he cleaning off what he did?
Or is
did
he
he make a
signing his
mark?
name in
And then
poop?
he's like, oh, crap.
Sign
Or
literally.
you should probably go back to the room if that's the case.
Sign my
Do not continue to
name
go up.
across the wall. I
Wait a
want
second, he's
you
going
to smell
up.
my fingers.
Maybe he is going from
There's
one
some
room
dog
to
over
his
here.
room.
Wait, so
Mike got it.
do you guys imagine that like the security guy is just like watching this live and he's like, oh boy,
Of course, and
like
what?
sends it to his friends?
Hey, Izzy, you gotta come see this, man. Watch this. Yo, you remember Dante Jones from Duke? I remember he had a couple. He played on the Cavs when they won the champ. All right, never mind. Just watch this.
He's like, look what he does with his finger, and then he smells it. Yeah, that's it.
That's
Oh
it.
wait,
Keep watching.
it's not it.
Keep watching. Oh.
It's disgusting no matter what, but it feels like if you watch it close, it seems like he found something small and solid. If you look, it's not as though it's just.
It's not just a scratch.
I actually
It's
think,
not a smear of stuff. There's something. He's looking at something.
Yeah.
What did he find?
I think at the end of this, he's actually
I
a
hope.
decent human. I think he sees that he made a mark.
What?
Watch. Let's
Yeah.
watch this through.
Yeah.
He smells, does a mark, and then realizes, oh, I made a mark. Let me fix it. Oh, like let me get that off there.
No.
He's going back almost to like.
I think he's writing like I'm with you. I think he's a decent human, but I think he's writing. Do not touch. This is all poop.
I think he's like, oh, I didn't realize it'd be that. I didn't realize it'd be that
Yo,
much. Let me
the-
see if I can rub it off.
Juju-
The smear is not great for others, but the smell is the grossest part of that, right?
I'm gonna tell you right now. This is my big worry about showing this video because I know my brother Julian is an extreme germaphobe. So,
Right.
Juju, how are you gonna get through elevators now? Because I feel like this thing has scarred you for life, and now you're. What are you gonna do?
Right.
You gotta touch
When
the
I'm-
elevator.
When I'm in my hometown, I always use my key to touch the elevator buttons.
Can we get it off preview?
But after seeing him write the instructions to the Kumite on the wall, it's like I don't even know what else to touch no more, bro. Like, Joker of the summer.
There are times in South Florida where you're like, I'm in an elevator shaft, and it's like, I probably don't smell great right now. But I've never been there. I'm just wondering, what do you, Izzy, in a moment where you're like, I want to assess myself. What's the move? What's the way to proper? Because that's what he's doing there. He's saying, he's like, are we clean? Do I need a shower? Like, he's
That's
assessing.
not what
It's
he's
a
saying.
hotel.
There's no assessment.
The
You don't think he's
even if
assessing
you
there?
don't have the key to your room, you hit the lobby and you go to the restroom.
He's clearly trying to gauge how clean he is. Like, right?
you
He's
run a
not. You
little
think
water.
you think he's doing that for pleasure? Like that is to check in to see how dirty he is.
I think he felt an itch. He scratched it. He found a little bit more than he bargained for. And then got curious about the scent and then said, I got to eliminate this.
And then he
I
was
gotta
like,
get
well,
out."
I'm going up to the room anyway.
This is the
Who
worst
goes-
Mentos ad I've ever seen.
Go ahead, Juju.
Who goes raw dog scratch? Like,
No,
at
that's
least-
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not-
Use the undies.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Right.
unsure. And then you're like, well, I don't want to ruin the underpants. Let me ruin my finger.
What if
I
he
don't-
actually did go over undies there and it was like, how did this get, like, it's so dirty.
It went through the fabric?
That's why he's like, I don't even, how'd this get on my fingers?
Look,
How does he go back to coaching?
Sí, son muy feos.
I'm going to let Juju move on. Juju, what else you got for us, top 5 wise?
Top 5 TV show theme songs from my childhood that always got me bopping.
All right.
OLI, Three's Company.
Come on, knock on my door. We've been waiting for you.
And Three's Company. His and hers and his.
8 p.m. tonight, you will still be singing that song. Also, OLI, Sanford and Son.
OLI. You got 5 better?
Quincy Jones.
Yes, Quincy Jones.
Number 5, this ain't gonna be popular, but in my household, this was popular. Chico and the Man.
Oh, man. How did that one go?
I don't remember the theme song. I remember the show.
It'd be like, Chico, don't be discouraged. The man ain't so hard to understand.
Shout out to Freddie Prinze
Chico.
Sr.
Right. Right. Number 4, Family Ties, like my boy Dave said. What will
Kind of
we
made me
do,
sad. Like, you get a tear in
baby?
your eye every time as they're like painting the photo.
Sha-la-la-la.
Sha-la-la-la
Yeah.
is great.
Definitely a jam.
How do we end
Number
this thing?
3.
Sha-la-la-la.
Number 3, Magnum P.I. It just came on.
I feel like I'm watching a horse race at a sports book, and I got a ticket that's a loser. I've just been holding out. If anyone could say Denver the Last Dinosaur, it's Juju. I got a big plus money, and I don't think it's going to happen. I'm about to tear up the ticket.
Number 2?
Number 2, Good Times.
Not getting hassled.
What was
Not
that one
hustled.
that one part of that nobody knew what actually was said?
Hanging
in the chow line.
That's what it was, right? And it sounded like what?
Hanging in the chow line.
Mm.
Easy credit rip-off.
Scratching and surviving.
We got him.
That's what Dante Jones was doing.
Oh, no.
Ain't we lucky we got him. All right.
And number one, the smoothest, grooviest theme song of all time, Taxi. Man.
Nobody likes the Last Dinosaur. Damn you to hell. Foiled again.
No Family Matters.
He's my friend and a whole lot more.
I can Juju, update the polls. I will have a top 5 ready by the end of the poll update.
Oh, I bet you will, because it's going to take me 2 seconds to find these polls.
Okay.
Here we are. Is there anything wrong with a grown man ordering the filet mignon?
Absolutely not.
88% of the Instagram audience says, no, there is not.
Thank you. Gives me faith in humanity. No offense, Ez. Or whoever told you, whatever.
There you go. Thank you. Correct it for him. I don't hate Angel Reese. I just like to.
Yes, sir. I understand. I'm understanding more and more, man.
I don't hate Angel Reese.
I don't hate Angel Reese. I'm just asking if you'd like to.
Do you know any Caucasian women named Tamara?
Great question.
67% of the audience says, no, they do not.
Thank you.
And the last poll, does the head coach's haircut matter more than he thinks it does?
Oh, man.
86% of the audience says, yes, it does.
Yeah, man.
And those are your polls.
You can't be out there with Mike McDaniel hair and expect people to take you seriously.
They were trying to tell me that
That's why
somehow
he fixed it.
Dude could come in with a man bun and just recruit. I'm like, he's not recruiting.
Recruit for the surfing team,
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly.
Juju. I can recruit with a man bun.
Did you
Sorry,
ever?
brother.
Well, first of all, best sports themes I'm thinking about too. CBS college football.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know Monday Night Football. People, da, 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 da. I hear Vern Lundquist and the rest of it. 1980. In fact, the Football America theme song sounds very similar to the 1980 NBC NFL theme. Well, now I got the CBS one in my head. Three's Company is a fascinating setup for a sitcom because Jack Tripper moves in with 2 women who share a bedroom. The two women share a bedroom, both single beds. He gets a water bed because he's a coxman. But they have to sell it to the landlord, Mr. Roper, that he's gay because Mr. Roper is backwards enough that he
won't let them live together.
He doesn't want men and women living together. Oh, but he's gay. He's progressive enough. That's cool. I like this. And then when Mr. Roper and his lovely wife move on, Mr. Furley replaces them, has the exact same worldview.
Yeah. Yes.
Completely implausible worldview. I hate gay people, but I like gay people as long as they live here with women who are heterosexual.
I'm not going to lie. I totally forgot that element about it. I totally forgot that Jack Tripper had to pretend to be gay. That's
to
great.
both landlords.
Yes.
This is too good. We can't abandon that storyline.
Right. We got to make the remake ASAP.
All right, guys.
Also a quick plug right now. I never do this, but I do a show called The Alley Oop. I had the commissioner, Sarah Spain, on yesterday, man. We over there on the channel right now. It's called DLS Hoops, man. We need your help. We get like 13 views per episode right now, but I promise they're worth the 13 views. Help us get to 17 this week, guys.
Aim higher. 20.
All right, guys. I got my list. Got a couple OLIs. I'm going to try to go through this quick. OLI number 1, Law and Order theme.
Number 1.
Oh, yeah. That's OLI.
Now I'm back at the sports book trying to piece together my Denver the Last Dinosaur ticket.
We don't number the OLIs.
Okay. OLI. America's Greatest Hero. Remember that one?
Yeah, still a banger.
So good.
George is in it.
Yeah. Song bigger than the show.
Yes.
Yep.
That's perfect.
OLI. You take the good, you take the bad, you take the na-na-na, you have the facts of life.
Facts of life. Yeah.
What show was that from?
The
Facts of Life.
Denver, the last dinosaur.
Yeah.
Number 5. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. It's Different Strokes.
See, he was a brontosaurus that played music and wore sunglasses. It was great.
I had a hard time learning to spell different because there was an apostrophe in Different Strokes.
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
Number 4. Hill Street Blues.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's a jazzy ass song, man.
Based on
That's a good
Pittsburgh.
one.
Is Hill Street Blues based on?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, how about that? Number 3. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Hell yeah.
Still no Welcome Back, Kotter. Like, it is clearly in the top 10 of all time.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
What's going on with
this
that
is my
guy
list.
from that show?
Bonnie Miller.
John Travolta?
No, Will Smith.
Will Smith?
We're having a weird one, huh?
Even though I'm an action star, doesn't mean I don't act bizarre. Number 2. Golden Girls. Wow. Juju, I really thought that was your number 1. I was
So
like,
good.
Yeah.
Golden Girls.
Betty.
Pull out the
Rest in
pin on
peace, Betty.
purpose, and then I pull it, and then I throw
Then
it.
I throw it.
It's all on purpose, though.
I take.
How do you know the words?
I
to
bite
this
on
song?
more than I can chew, and then I chew
And
it.
then I chew it. Huh.
That's how chewing works.
I like girls. Trust me.
And number 1, the Jeffersons.
Moving on up to the east side.
That's what I watched Jeffersons on Pluto TV. Fire.
So no Denver the Last Dinosaur, huh?
Sadly.
USA
Welcome
Network.
back.
Thank you, Juju.
Thanks, Juju.
Thank y'all.